I think you're a hater, Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you'd be ballin' too. I know you seen us fallin' through. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it. Cool. Ooh, you should've seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's beta haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch tag. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bridge, you talk to the hand. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch. Made so play, I'll show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey, guy, I'm fly, something like the air. And that's something when it's stunting, man, it's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, right there.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper and women. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly you down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was close, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fight. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. Stay on point, 6-2, gon' split 'em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got 'em all, you call me Sonny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleed. I get the squeeze and leaving nigga bleed.
Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga. Y'all nigga keep talking about you want smoke. You can't catch me on social media, my nigga. I'm in the street with it, you dig what I'm saying? Nigga know they gotta kill me or die, nigga. Fuck you mean?
Man, what is up with the family and the business? And I put this title and this picture up because I know a real narcissistic motherfucker is sitting here listening. I know it because the type of person you is, you can't let nothing go about you or your son without you making sure you consume what it is. So I know you in here listening. I know you're sitting in the cut because it ain't like you got anything else to do. It ain't like your lazy ass work. So you know what? Your lazy ass gonna get this work because you said a lot of sassy shit. So now, nigga, this is what you wanted. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you everything you asked for. Because you know what they tell me? They tell me you not real if you don't give a nigga what they asking for. You feel me? But first, let me shout out to the family that's in the building. Hold on. Nigga probably about to report this motherfucker out to the day. All things, peace and blessings. Salute to you, baby. Big AFC FSG. Track 327. Salute. King Terrell Davis, my nigga in the building. Salute, y'all. Salute. Shalom to my brother Rod Walker in the building. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. Shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Ty Drakeford in the building. Salute. Terrence Gayton. Salute, my brother. Peace and blessings to you. The motherfucking traveler, Creole. Salute, homie. 6500, bruh. Salute, King. Hope your bomb's all right too, my brother. Peace and blessings to you. The beautiful queen, Cassandra. That's okay, baby. You said you'd be listening. I'm glad you are, boo. Make sure everything is all well. My nigga Supreme Cam, big fire stick game in the building. Salute. Salute to you. Here we go. Here we go. My nigga Joseph Bermia in the building. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. Richie L. Salute, my brother. Peace and blessings to you. Let's see. A-Beezy, what's good with you, homie? Peace and blessings. Trey Skill, what it do? Peace and blessings to you. CNI 804, salute, King. Peace and blessings. Oakland LD TV in the building. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. Dash J, what it do, homie? Shalom, Mr. Altruist, my brother. Hope everything's all well with you, pimping. Peace and blessings to you. Let's see. Light skin business in the building. Salute, King. Peace and blessing. World of animals in the building. Salute, King. Gang, cash, crypto coming through the building. Salute. JTM, what it do, homie? Peace and blessing. Salute. Night Rider, salute, homie. Peace and blessings to you. All right. So first off, let me switch this shit. Switch devices real quick. All right. Now, salute to everybody. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App and the PayPal. Y'all know we already on the y'all know what it is. And shout out to my brother Richie L with the $2 holler in the Cash App. Appreciate you, King. You know, y'all support's how we get by. We banned for right now. And I was gonna go on my other account, but you know, I make sure I get everybody in today. So Dr. Mark, salute, King. PGB Big Dog, salute. The only reason I ain't go on my other account is because, like I said, a lot of people ain't subscribed to my other account yet. And I wanted to make sure that nigga seen what I was talking about today. Because I know he's watching. He's done been over here before. And Miss Ty Drakeford, I don't know if Key gonna be up here or not. She said she got a lot to do. If she can, she'll make it. But the link is pinned in the chat. Okay. Shout out to the OG KQKC in the building. You know what I'm saying? Mr. KQKC is a lot more respectful. But over here, this motherfucking anger management, Mr. Norman Sr. This is anger management, nigga. Fire stick gang. You know what I'm saying, nigga? All that kissing your ass and being soft-spoken and all that shit, nigga, I ask the hard questions. your ass was over there, and yes, you sat there and you lashed out. Anytime somebody asked you a fucking question, you want to lash out and want to get snippy. Like, nigga, you lashed out and got snippy. Like a female that was being motherfucking told to be accountable for her actions. But you talk about that you're masculine and you grew up in a masculine age, but you had a lot of film emotions. And nigga, if you get mad about anything I'm saying, the link is pinned to Brian Norman Sr. It's pinned. So you can hop your goofy ass up here. I don't give a damn. I'll let you talk. I won't try, but you ain't gonna overtalk me. I promise you that. Shout out to my brother Marquis, big AMCFSG. But I'm gonna tell you like this. That snippy ass shit, that's not masculine. I don't know who told y'all Atlanta niggas that's masculine shit. It's not. That might be some shit that y'all think is masculine. Us men are more stoic. We don't take motherfucking constructive criticism with snippiness. That's like me telling my girl I don't want you to wear that outside and she get an attitude. Oh, you insecure. You sassy. That's the type of energy you gave out that whole time, nigga. That whole time. And yes, shout out to Dank Luke Kang in the building, Windy City Assassin in the building. And then when a nigga correct you over there, you want to call niggas dummies and shit, but nigga, your motherfucking ass was the dummy because you sat there and said, what other boxer is doing what my son did at 24? Said at 24, my son is the youngest champion that done it. You said my son, you said ain't no other boxers doing it. No, you said 23, ain't no other boxers doing it like my son. My son has the belt at 23. Who else is doing it like that? So I told you, Bam did. Bam won the belt at 22. He won the belt at 22. You try to sit there and be smart about Bam's 25, nigga. But no, he won the belt at 22. You saying who's done what your son has did. So I told you. So then you moved the goalpost again. And not only did you move the goalpost, you want to call a nigga a dummy for giving you facts. You didn't say your son is the youngest champion out there right now. That's not what you said, my good man. That's not what you said at all. You said what other boxer has done what your son has done. And I could also say Mike Tyson has done what your son has done. Even Devin Haney has done what your son has done. Motherfucking Arturo Gatti. All the motherfuckers like, dude. Hey, Track. It's you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny as hell, Track. I'm not Greg Hackett, but if that nigga really wants some smoke, I get in the ring with his motherfucking ass. Like, he talking about putting, and I know you in the chat room, bro, because I see the thing spike. Like, I'll hop in the ring with you, Brian Norman Sr. I'll hop in the ring with you. I'll tell you one thing, I ain't Greg Hackett. I ain't Greg Hackett. I'll tell you that right there now. Yeah, David Benavidez. Wookie wook, salute, King. I ain't Brian Hackett. I ain't Greg Hackett. I ain't saying I'm the best fighter in the world. But your old ass get in the ring with me. Like, I'm not motherfucking Greg Hackett. But you get in that motherfucking ring with me, I give you everything you want, nigga. Everything you want. Like, that nigga been sitting there like, bro, he trying to damn act like a mafia boss trying to motherfucking damn roughhouse and talk crazy to niggas and shit. Like, nigga, that shit crazy as fuck. So if a nigga don't agree with you, you want to sit there. And what's crazy, when a nigga don't agree with you, you want to get mad and talk crazy and shit and lash out them motherfuckers. Like, that shit crazy as fuck, dog. Like, facts are facts. Hey, Ty Draper, you can hop in on the thing too. I got the link pinned. I'm gonna open up the chat for everybody today because this is a nice discussion. Brian Norman, you can hop up here too, nigga. And I need let me get a couple people to support in the Cash App and the PayPal for the grind for the day. Y'all know every day I try to get at least 5 people to support the grind for the day. Y'all support the grind for the day. But I know Ty has something to say, but the type of nigga he is, I knew he was sitting back waiting for KQKC show to go off because the nigga's a narcissist. Anytime his name or his son's name is there, he has to watch to see. He has to see what's being said. That's just him. That's how I know he over here because he's a narcissist, and I made sure he seen that his picture was up so he can know what the hell is going on. How you doing, beautiful?
I'm all right. I don't know what I just witnessed, what I was just a part of, but I'm doing all right. I don't know what he had going on, but
Hey,
yeah.
Ty, he was talking about. Remember how he was talking about how, exactly, Mr. Ultra like that nigga was talking about motherfuckers like gangster and all that shit right there. But that nigga was sassy as a motherfucker, dog. Like anytime you said something, that motherfucker got real snippy, like a
Yeah,
female.
he
Like you
called me an
telling it.
idiot because I asked him a question, but that's
He
typical
called me one, and
behavior.
and I actually was telling the truth. Like the
Yeah,
way he
well,
made it
so was
seem
I.
like
Shit.
he made it seem like his son was motherfucking damn doing something that ain't nobody else did in boxing. Like Zerto started 44-0 until he fought somebody. And like, nigga, you see that talking about tell Booster to call him out. Now, nigga, he called you out. When you send a motherfucker an offer, that's calling him out. Nigga. And you talking about, well, he ain't offering Mario Barrios or Stanionis that type of money because Mario Barrios and Amante Stanionis is not fighting on Michaela Mailer's undercard. They're not on the undercard of Michaela Mailer versus Sandy fucking Ryan. That's the
And
difference. You
and
got
that was going to
Amante
be my next
Stanionis,
question.
he's on Earl Spence undercards, pay-per-view. You got Mario Barrios, did a pay-per-view with Keith Thurman, did a pay-per-view with Tank Davis, did a pay-per-view when he won the belt against your Danish Ugas. That's the difference between him and your fucking son, nigga. That's
Yeah,
the
and that
difference.
was going to be my next question. Why are you worrying about what another man got? Your offer was your offer, and it was still your highest offer to date. So I
18
was
times.
trying to understand the
No,
logic.
no, Ty. Not only was it his highest offer, it was 18 times his highest offer, nigga. Like, nigga, it was 18 times what you're getting.
Yeah, I really wish KQ would have dropped that link because he was soft serving him. I would have asked definitely the questions that we all want to know. First of all, does your son want to be disputed as well in the 147 division? I asked him a specific question. Of course, he deflected, no yes or no response. I'm
Not
just
while
an
Boots
idiot.
was
I don't know
there.
what I'm talking about and everything else. Like, because why is the onus all on Boots? Why does he got to chase you down? And if you notice, it's the same thing with him. It's the same thing with Tank. It's the same thing with pretty much every A side. Why does the A side all of a sudden have to
Ty.
kowtow to the B side? And I'm telling you, that's because of Earl Spence.
And
Everybody's
you
trying to read after the Bud Crawford playbook.
know what it is, Ty? He know his son has no chance against Boots Ennis. Remember, Boots Ennis beat his son ass in sparring. So he know what his son looks like against Boots Ennis. He don't believe in his motherfucking son. What it is, he wants to cash his son out like Stanionis and Barrios is about to get cashed out. But your son
And
ain't worth the same price, nigga, fighting on a female's undercard. It's a big
and that's
difference.
and that's why I called Cap because when he was on Mill City a couple days ago, he said out his own mouth that he just started believing in his son. So that's why I was like, well, wait a minute. If you believe in your son and all that he can do, you just said you didn't really start believing in this little nigga till like a year ago. That came out of his own mouth. I'm not making that up. I didn't pull that out my ass. He said that on Mill City. So which one is it? You
Exactly.
believe in your son or you don't?
But see, he try to slick talk, over talk, and then use motherfucking damn bad words that people lash out at you. So you know, oh, you dummy, you idiot. Like that's the way he tries to do the shit. Like nigga, ain't nobody falling for that shit, nigga. Ain't
So I guess
nobody
that
sitting
really
there
was
falling for that
him
shit.
last night in KO's chat. I timed his ass out because I didn't know that that was really him. I just thought it was somebody in there talking crazy. He said it was really him. So then my next question is why you ain't hit the link? You sat up there, you went on a whole rant about KO for like 2 minutes when he first got up there. Cause KQ asked him, "Was that you last night?" And he was like, "I can't stand that nigga. He a bitch ass nigga. I'ma fuck him up when I see him." So I put in the chat, he live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Pull up. Don't be in another nigga chat talking crazy. You was just in his shit last night. Pull up.
But then he talking about motherfuckers being feminine. Nigga, that's feminine shit.
Yeah, I don't know what his issue is, man. I mean,
damn, Supreme Cam said he told you to stop timing them out.
He did, but that's because I didn't realize that was him. At
Y'all
first,
gotta realize,
it was two of them. It was two of them. It was one in there that was new.
Ty don't know how to stop timing motherfuckers out, yo.
That's not true, Upper.
No. Ty, I watch you over here, Ty. You get the itch and you just let it go. You just get the itch and you like stepping on niggas, dog.
Listen, it was, you know what happened, Supreme? When he came in the first time, that might have been him, but then he created another one. So I think I clicked on that one and saw that one was just created, so I timed it all out. So that is my bad. I didn't realize the first one was him. So, but again, and KO put the link in the chat. He never clicked it, so I was like, it gotta be, you know what I'm saying, somebody fake. He never clicked the link. KO was spamming his own chat with the link. The nigga never clicked it. So how am I to know? You know?
Nah,
y'all doing me so wrong. Y'all are doing me so wrong, y'all.
See, motherfuckers that'll hold him accountable, like KO or me or something, he ain't gonna motherfucking step up because I'm not gonna let him just overtalk me. He done seen what it is. I'm not about to motherfucking let that nigga overtalk me.
Yeah,
just like his bum ass picked Stanionis to win.
Yep.
The only reason he picked Stanionis to win is because he don't want his son to fight Boots. And then you talk about tell your sons to chase him, like, nigga, your son ain't no goddamn 18-year-old virgin, prom queen. No. The fuck another man gotta chase another man for, nigga. You won't smoke, run to it. I ain't never known a motherfucker that say they won't smoke and that's running away from the goddamn smoke. Calcula salute, King.
And now you have all these concessions for Brian Norman. But like we said, you're willing to go halfway across the world to fight somebody in Japan, but you won't go to Philly. Just like, I mean, and I know you alluded to it before, just like you made Greg Hackett come to Georgia. Your son never even fought in Georgia. You got all these concessions for Boots, but none for nobody else. I mean, that's plain as day that you ducking.
This what I say. Give Boots Ennis the same concessions that Jen Sasaki's giving you. Let Boots give you the same contract that Jen Sasaki's giving you.
Exactly.
Which Swag Jones salute. I bet you won't take the same contract from Boots that you'll take from Jen. See, niggas be picking and choosing, dog. Like, niggas be motherfucking picking and choosing, and then they be acting like they motherfucking gangster, and the motherfuckers really ain't. But then you get mad and call a motherfucker feminine when you the motherfucker that's lashing out. Like, you talk about motherfuckers in the old days. Nigga, I'm 40. I'm in my 40s, Mr. Norman. I've never seen niggas lash out like you lashed out when I was back then.
And you're 100% correct with that feminine energy because on one hand, when you came on there, you was like, oh, okay, Q, you know, you're an older guy, so I know you know how it is. But then at the end, you start calling him all these disrespectful names. That is an older man, bruh. And you in your feelings because he said he was about to cook you. Well, maybe if you wasn't getting fake phone calls throughout the whole goddamn show and your
that nigga was getting fake ass phone call. Every time a motherfucker asks that nigga a question, that nigga, oh, my phone ringing. Nigga, you not Kevin Gates. Nigga, your shit ain't ling-a-ling-a-linging like that, nigga.
And how about instead of calling you an idiot, you answer my question so we can dispel some of the quote-unquote misinformation that you say is out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the problem? Why I gotta be an idiot because I asked you a specific question. Does your son also want to be undisputed? Because the way y'all running around here sounding is like Boots is the only one who want to be undisputed.
What's so glow? You say, why we trying to give your Atlanta brethren small stacks? Niggas in the A living expensive lifestyle. Tell Socks to get them bands up. I mean Boots. Well, Soul Glow, if that's the case, why you didn't tell Quavos to get his bands up? Because the last fight that Brian Norman just got was 150,000. Soul Glow, why you ain't telling Jen Sasaki to get his bands up? Because they're about to make Brian Norman fly all the way across the world for less than $1 million. So why is it get your bands up when it's somebody that can beat that ass, and you know they can beat that motherfucking ass? Is get the bands up so like you selling your pussy. That's what it is. It's like you selling pussy. You feel what I'm saying?
He on a stroll.
Like, is that what they is? Are they selling pussy now? Yeah. Are niggas out here selling pussy? Like shit. When has pussy become more expensive than dick though? You feel me? That's what I wondered about. Shit.
Listen,
Like
I don't
niggas
know
talking
what
about
that
get your
man's
bands
problem
up.
is.
Yeah,
And that's the
niggas out
thing.
here
It
talking
just
about get your bands up, but motherfuckers will
fuck
sit
out.
there and fight on a female's undercard.
And that was another thing when I asked him, like, yo, were you offered more to fight boots than your last performance? Again, I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. Bruh, I can read. And the article that I just read yesterday said you got $150,000 to fight on that undercard. You were offered 1.7. It don't say, and just like I told old girl last night, it don't take a mathematician to
Oh
understand that.
yeah, calculated. That nigga was talking real shit. He was talking shit like a motherfucker. He was
Yeah,
talking
I just don't
cash
get it.
shit on KQKC. We was over there on KQKC. He was talking all that shit to me and Ty. But the only thing is, we was sitting there telling the truth.
That's it.
He
I
called,
asked
he
simple
called her.
questions.
He called her an idiot. He called me a dumbass nigga. Marcus Robinson salute. But the crazy part
Yeah.
about it, the dumbass nigga was right. Everything he said.
All I
And
did was
y'all,
ask a
y'all hit the
question.
cash app and the PayPal, man. Y'all support this dumbass nigga over here, man. Can I get 5 people to support this dumbass nigga today? You feel me? How you
I
doing,
just
Miss
think
Cam J? Can y'all
I
support this
just think
dumbass nigga in the Cash App or the PayPal? Because apparently, nigga don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But the way he made it seem, didn't he make it seem like his son was the only fighter that won a belt at 23 and nobody else did it?
yeah, he made it seem that Boots is ducking his son.
No,
He
no, no,
also
no, no,
made it
no, no,
seem,
no. What I'm talking about, like he made it seem like his son did some shit that nobody else ever did.
oh yeah,
But
yeah,
then I said, well, Bam won it at 22. Well, Bam's 25. No, that's not what you said, nigga.
yeah. That's when he called you a dumbass nigga because he said you obviously don't know what he's talking about, and that's where I put the pussy popping and flip flopping because bruh, you just said that. Ain't nobody stupid that literally just came out your mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
this guy is crazy, bro.
and basically he told motherfuckers what he wanted. He said he trying to cash his son's pussy out because he's in debt and he want to stop running from these motherfucking bill collectors. That's basically
Oh
what he
yeah,
trying to
that's when
do.
he got mad at you too. He was like, I see somebody in the chat talking about something running for bill collect. Ain't nowhere been broke.
I was on that nigga
Oh,
ass.
this nigga.
And you see what I
That's
said? I said, don't say
atrocious, nigga.
somebody, nigga, say me. Because every time he
Mhm.
keep answering, it's always me. He was answering me. Me and him was going back and forth, basically. But
Mhm.
every time he wanted to answer me, he was talking about somebody. Nigga, stop saying somebody, nigga. Say me. Say me, because I'm the one that you sitting there looking at.
I
Like,
don't know, but I was not appreciating that crash out about KO. I didn't appreciate that at all. You know what I'm
man.
talking about? And you was just in there last night, crashed out on the panel.
Yeah,
You know
like,
what I'm saying? I'm trying to see a dead body. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Shit.
Hold it down. I'm about to pull that shit up, dog. Because that
Yeah,
nigga
I
right
don't.
there was dumb.
And then he continues to lie. Like this is what I'm talking about. If everybody is going with narratives and nobody knows what they're talking about, you came on the show for an interview. Why don't you set people straight? Why don't you give direct answers to direct questions that are asked of you? This way you can kill the narratives. But you don't. You deflect. You pussy pop, flip flop, and diddy bob out of the question rather than answering it head on. And if you're listening, Mr. Senior, I am nobody's idiot. I asked you a direct question for a reason, and I wish KQ would have dropped that link because I could have went a little harder than KQ did. I get it, you were his guest, and he didn't want to be disrespectful. I'm a different animal. I would have asked you some real shit.
I was hoping he dropped the link for me, dog. I was
I
hoping.
was hoping he dropped. I asked
I
KQ, I'm like, yo, you dropping a link because I got some questions, just a couple.
I sent
And
them
mm,
I sent them a text. I said, bro, let me get that link. Like shit, nigga. Like I got something now I got to say.
yeah, for real.
Like nigga, you sitting there throwing all these motherfucking shots, really?
Yeah, and then you came on and you really didn't answer no questions. You know what I'm saying? You went all around and then you said, "Oh, I'm not gonna keep talking about this. I'm tired of people asking me about this, sir." You just did a whole hour interview on Mill City. You the one that was talking about this.
And
You're
then,
the
nigga,
one
you
that should
talking
be
about,
asking me
and
my
then,
name
nigga,
too.
we asked you a question about
Um,
your, we
Boo.
asked you a question about your son. You do a whole network on, yeah, my son grew up this way. Nigga, we didn't ask all this dumbass shit. Nigga, we asked about the motherfucking fight. Nigga, y'all gonna fight or what?
Right.
Like, Ty, that nigga took us all around the damn merry-go-round and shit. Like, nigga, I didn't
Okay.
ask for all this.
The Ferris wheel and shit. I don't know what he got going on, but I didn't appreciate being called it. Stupid.
That nigga on drugs, dog.
You
I'm
think
just
he
gonna
on
say it.
drugs? I don't.
That
I'm not gonna put that on. I'm not gonna hang
I,
that jacket on because
I
I don't
know a
know.
motherfucker. I know a nigga that's tweaking. You know what I'm saying? I
I'm not
sold
gonna hang
drugs up.
that jacket on him. That I'm not gonna hang that
I
jacket.
sold drugs all my life, just about. I know when a nigga tweaking, dog. That nigga was tweaking
I'm
like hell.
listen. I'm not gonna engage in no type of slander because you know these niggas be out here trying to sue.
Well, when you
I
call a
will
nigga
not
an
engage.
idiot, that's calling him off. That's slander.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He was in his feelings. Obviously, I don't know what about. We were
He
asking
was in
questions because everybody
he
wants
was
to.
in his
And you know
feminine
what?
energy.
Yeah, he was definitely for sure because there was no reason for you to get snippy with anybody who were asking you questions. I mean, you came up here to do an interview. Do a damn interview. We don't care nothing about how you left your baby mom and took your son, all of that. I don't respectfully. I don't really care about that. I want to know why you turned down a $1.7 million offer to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. That's what I want to know. And I
Okay,
don't want you telling me that another man was offered another amount.
But Soul Glow, he doesn't have to do that because
What
you
is he
know
talking about?
Soul Glow, you jump hoops for the female that's worth it. You don't jump hoops for the project, bitch, dog. All you do is roll up a blunt of that za, and she knows she to get down or lay down. You feel me?
Oh my
Either
goodness.
she
What is
do it or
going
her
on?
neighbor gonna do it. You feel me?
Oh my, what's happening right now?
Now he talking about motherfucker gotta spend something extra. Motherfucker ain't gotta spend nothing extra. Shout out to the OGKQKC. Motherfucker ain't gotta spend nothing extra. OGKQKC, what's up, homie?
Thank
Man, what's up,
you.
man? The
Did you
nigga,
get my email?
huh?
Did you get my email?
No, I sure didn't. No,
Oh,
when you sent it?
I just wanted to make sure you just a little while ago. I just wanted to make sure you was all right because I know he hopped up on there and tried to press you at the end and skate out the back door like a
Yeah, man,
Pussy
he,
bum.
ass
yeah,
nigga.
yeah. He found out. So that's where you getting them calls from, right? Somebody told him I was knockout boxing partner, right? I didn't mention it.
Oh.
I was gonna hit him at the end with it, but he talked so goddamn much and
Mhm.
capping so much, I didn't get a chance to ease on into it, and he got out of there soon. Then he came back and hopped back on.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
should drop
seen
that
it.
link, OG. I told you from the gate I got your back. You should drop that link
I
because
Man,
wish
them
you would have
questions
dropped
wasn't
that
hard
damn
enough
link.
for me.
I wish you dropped that link. That nigga kept talking to me in the thing, but he kept saying somebody, nigga. I said, stop saying somebody, nigga, and say me, nigga. You know it's
right.
me that you keep talking to, nigga. Stop that.
Man, for real. I mean, that dude. I mean, I was trying to be nice and cordial, and man, man, that dude, man, fuck that. He ain't gonna talk to me like that. I ain't through
Hell
with
Yeah,
no.
that.
I ain't like that. I ain't like that
No,
at all.
no,
But
I ain't.
overall, I thought you conducted
I
a
mean the
good
truth,
interview.
Mr. Truth. It's okay for you to support Brian Norman Jr. Boo. It's all good. I like Brian Norman Jr. too. I just don't like his lying ass daddy.
Right. Yeah.
You know, his daddy's a fucking liar.
Yeah. He worse than Bill Haney to me. I
Yeah,
really,
call me an idiot because
yeah.
I asked him a question.
And,
What kind of mess is that?
and Miss Truth. You can sit there and you know I've always had respect for you, Miss Truth. But we're gonna do it like this. You said Brian Norman, keep doing your thing. You have the entire machine going against you. Weak people gathering groups for strength. Know that, baby. I'm very strong, boo. I'm very fucking strong. But one thing about me, I'm not a gaslighter. I don't have exude feminine energy. I don't have to lie to people. You know, sometimes feminine
Right.
women
Right.
feminine women relate to other feminine niggas. You feel what I'm saying? So you might relate to his father because he's giving you that feminine energy. But I'm a motherfucking real ass motherfucking nigga, and I don't have to sit there and cash out, gas up, or sit there and lie. Because I was always taught we don't lie to other men. That's what I was taught, Miss Truth. we tell other niggas the truth. And this nigga sat there and lied, and he pushing the agenda, and he's sitting here saying something that's not true. Like when he sat there and said his son was the youngest to do it, I sat there and gave him the proof, and it wasn't. Then he's lashing out with, instead of answering questions, he's lashing out with an attitude, and he's talking snippy, and he's doing
right.
Well, Miss Truth, he's standing right there because his dad's putting him on the island, just like Devin had to stand by himself. And we're not talking about Brian Norman Jr., we're talking about Brian Norman Sr. right now. And you know what? My homeboys put me in some bullshit situations and I had to crash out behind it because it's who you hang with. It's who that talks for you. It's who sits you in that situation. But what I can tell you, his dad sitting here lying for no reason, offering up lies when motherfuckers ain't even asking for it, and then being very disrespectful to people. And then when a motherfucker call you on your lie, motherfucker get mad like a female that just got caught cheating. You getting mad because you got caught cheating.
Hold on, Upper. Mr. Truth, you can click the link, baby. You don't gotta type in the chat. You can click the link if you want us to hear you out. I mean, nobody's going against him. Like we said, it's his father that just doesn't seem to be able to, have a relationship with the truth. I mean, whatever the facts are, the facts are. If you know them, we'd love to hear them.
Your name is the truth. So you should see the truth instead of daggone speaking in the narratives.
Miss Cam Network, I subscribed to your channel, Cam Network channel yesterday. So just letting you know.
The channel? Yeah. I'm gonna subscribe to. Yeah, but no, it's not. We're not on a bash him campaign. What we're trying to do is decipher the truth from the lies. And unfortunately, when he gave an interview, he was unable to assist us with that. So if you have any light to shed on it, you're more than welcome.
Matter of fact, Miss Truth, sit your ass right here, Miss Truth. Let me give you some truth, Miss Truth.
Okay, now, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna have to run, but I appreciate it, man. All right.
Okay.
We love you, KQ, and thanks for the interview.
Hey, KQ, I'm about to pull up a little bit of your live from a few minutes ago, so I can show truth, so I can give Miss Truth the red pill, so she can get her ass out this matrix.
Okay.
Obviously, she's in the matrix. She want to take the blue pill, and she know it's not state, but she wants to pretend that it's still state. So I'm about to show her this state real quick.
It's cool.
It's cool. Chill out.
All right. Have a good one, man. All right.
Have a good day.
All right.
Simple as that.
All right.
Okay. What's that?
He's at a point where he can change my life too. You know what I'm saying? If he make it big enough.
Broke, Upper.
I keep trying to stay away from it, but people keep attacking him. But when my son get his next fight or he get his next fight announced, I'm gonna completely be done with the shit because
Soul Glow, you said Eddie gonna have to spend on the zone budget. I promise you this. I promise
Eddie
you this.
Broke, though.
I promise you this. Soul Glow, my brother. Brian Norman will be the cheapest fight that Boots has to make for the belts because Mario Barrios fought Tank Davis on pay-per-view. Fought Keith Thurman on pay-per-view. All right, you got motherfucking Brian Norman left. He fought Sandy Ryan and Michaela Mailer on the undercard. He's not about to get the same price. Like, you don't sit there and go to the project and give a daggone project chick $5 bands for that pot. You just don't do it, bro. You don't overprice it. How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing? I pulled up on you. I ain't scared to pull up. So no, what I'm saying, what my issue, I really don't have an issue. To be honest with you, I don't have an issue. But what I said, and I still stand on that. Weak people gather in groups, and it's so easy to scream on a mountaintop and echo what everybody's saying. That it takes no courage. And what I'm encouraging Brian Norman Jr., because I know he's watching while his dad is saying everything. What I'm speaking to him isn't encouraging him.
His dad
That's who I'm speaking to. I know it's easy to sit there and bash the black guy. That's what y'all. I'm not on that. All I'm doing is encouraging the young man is to keep doing what he's doing. Because at one point I was critiquing his game. I made a comment in one of the chats that he should go and get an NIL deal and play for football when he first came out because I didn't feel like he was. I felt like he liked to have his head in a person's chest, and he doesn't understand. You can't punch a guy with your head in his chest. You need to create space. So that was that was one of my critiques when he first became pro. But I've seen the progression and I've seen him improve. So now I'm a supporter of Brian Norman Jr. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I'm on. And I've never been a group. I've never been a groupie. I don't need nobody to agree with me. None of that. But I see in the YouTube streets, people are sheep. They all, whatever one person's saying, that's what everybody gonna say. And it's comforting because then they feel validated. And I don't need validation for anyone. And hopefully Brian Norman Jr. don't need validation from anyone either. Hopefully he continues to do what he's doing. And I understand the machine is designed to go against him. It's been like that even before he knocked out Centillion. I might be pronouncing his name wrong, but it's always been against him. I'm sure I'm saying nothing Brian Norman Jr. don't know. He already know that.
I'm
just encouraging him to keep
going because all they're trying to do is to
diminish you. They're trying to crush your spirit. They're trying to crush your value. They're trying to devalue you. That's what all this is about.
What machine?
Him. And the only one he got in his corner is his dad. And I get it. His dad gassing him up. And that's
okay. Just because you're over talking, it doesn't mean you're right. I'm asking you a question, and you're trying to facilitate and over talk when I'm asking you a question. What machine?
The boxing machine, the ones who push the A side, all of them.
Okay, hold on. So you saying the A side machine?
Yes.
So you're talking. Hold on. So you're talking about the machine that every B side had to go against to become the A side. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So you're talking about the same machine that Floyd had to go against versus Oscar De La Hoya.
Yes, that's the same thing. But guess what, Floyd? And it's the same thing. He took low money. I understand what you're getting to. He took less money to come on top.
If you understand what I'm getting to, let's go back and forth. Let's not no long diatribe. So are we saying the rite of passage that all boxers have to go through? Is that what we're talking about? Are we talking about?
I don't think it's a rite of passage. I don't think it's a rite of passage. But yes, other boxers, several boxers have done that, and he understands that. I understand that. What I'm saying, if that's not what you want to do, if you don't want to be cheated and shorted, that's okay. That's fine. Continue to do what you're doing. Just understand the machine is going to continue to push the narrative to devalue you. And I want his dad to understand that.
So fighting on the female's undercard. So fighting on the female undercard, that's not devaluing yourself. So how's it devaluing?
Is that good? Great point. That's an excellent point, Upper. Who put him on that woman's undercard? The machine.
No. Don't say the machine. His father did it because he signed the contract. The contract was there. He had a contract to be pay-per-view, headlining, 1.8, 18 times his biggest payday. He stopped that and went and go fight on a female's undercard. So the machine didn't do that. That was called niggery. That was called niggatry. That was his own father's niggerdom. His own father's niggerdom did that. We can't blame the machine for something that we do. His dad did that.
His dad, to my understanding, his dad is no longer managing him and haven't been the last couple of fights.
Well, I tell you what his father is doing. He's destroying his son's image. And I get what
I'm not disagreeing with you, Ty, on that. I'm not disagreeing with you on that because I feel like he's doing a little smidget of what
he's doing a lot of
did, and he's getting people to not like his son. Exactly. But I understand his position because he feels like if I don't do it, there's no one else is going to speak on behalf of my son, and really nobody is.
His son should be speaking on behalf of himself. That's what should be talking. As a 28, 29-year-old grown man, I should not hear your father capping and caping for you. You know what I'm saying? If for whatever reason you feel like you want to fight Boots Ennis, then go fight him. Don't ask for all these concessions that you didn't ask when you fought anybody else, and then double back and worry about what he's giving somebody else to fight him because you clearly turned down the opportunity to fight him. Because more than money is the opportunity. You talk about the machine and the B side, and I understand that, but when you get an opportunity
to leave, he's not his manager. That's what I said.
Showcase your skills, then you take that opportunity. I don't understand what the problem is. This is not hard to understand. If you have an opportunity to show who you are, to be who you say you are, who your father says you are, then show up and show out. Everybody has to just grab an opportunity, even if it's not the money that you want. And all of a sudden, with Elon Musk, all of a sudden, with financial gurus, when you just took substantially less to fight somewhere else, now you're even about to go across seas to fight somebody else. It just appears that this is not the fight that you want, which was one of my questions to Brian Norman Sr. Does your son also want to be undisputed? Because if he does, then it seems to me that you should want what Boots want, to fight. But it doesn't seem to be that way. It just doesn't seem to me that they're willing to take a chance to show their greatness. And that's my problem with that.
And I think what you're perceiving, I could see why you would perceive that. Well, I mean, I think that's understandable. But and like I said, I'm not in with any of the camps. But to my understanding, from what I've seen, it doesn't look like that was Brian Norman's goal. That wasn't his plan from the get-go. Prior to the offer being sent, I'm not aware that he was even pursuing Boots at the time, or was even on his radar. I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong, but I don't know if that was to be the case. It seemed like it just was a one-off opportunity that had presented itself, and he was like, "Shit, you know what I'm saying? Let's try." But if I'm wrong and that he is pursuing that, then yes, he's moving faulty. But it doesn't seem that was their plan, and whoever his manager is, I think it's this is heavyset dark skinned dude is his manager. I can't remember his name.
I'm trying to say his goddamn name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that's his manager.
That was my major question.
Yeah, I think that's his manager.
Hold on for one second, please, y'all. Can y'all hold on for 1 second? Teach. That's dumbass shit right there, dude. And I'm tired of you keep putting that dumb shit up there. Teach. I've been telling you can hop up here. Why would they pay more when he pushing his value down? He doesn't have no fucking leverage, dog. He doesn't have no leverage. And I want people to understand. I like Brian Norman Jr. as a fighter. I like Devin Haney as a fighter. A lot of people don't understand that. I just hate the fact that their fathers, both of their fathers, is out here trying to live their dreams through their son's life. My dad stopped living my dream through my life when I was 15 fucking years old. Get out my motherfucking way. Get out my motherfucking way. Let me do what I do. You had a chance to live your life. You didn't do it. You're not about to leech on me. You're not about to live through me. And Brian Norman Jr. could be well liked more if his dad stopped doing the shit that he did today. Like his dad goes out here and does the dumbest shit. Bill Haney does the dumbest shit. And it be uncalled for. And I'm just saying, like, that's the shit I'm talking about.
I think you're right, Upper. I think Brian Norman Jr., if you notice, well, I watched TVV. So he did an interview to where he said his son pushed him kind of on the outside, like he's not in the inner circle. He said because he talked too much.
Well, he just got out.
He talked too much. So he's not on the inner circle. His son kind of pushed him on the outside. So that leads me to believe that his son has a high level of self-awareness. He knows his dad probably is good, but not good on the business side.
You didn't see what just happened today, too, Miss Truth. Like that's what this show is about. It's because the way he disrespected me, Ty, and everybody when we answer simple questions, and then he talk about a masculine man, but he's snapping. He's snapping. Like,
see, I didn't watch the KQ live. I didn't see it.
I want to say to your point though, Miss Truth, if that's not what he wants, then cool. But do me a favor. Tell your father to shut up. Stop going around on all these platforms comparing you to Boots and is talking about Boots and if Undisputed is not also what you want, because then that means you guys are on a collision course towards each other. And I don't think that Boots should have to bend more to you than you are to him. If you feel that you can whoop his ass, you can knock him out, you can do all these things for him that you state you can do, then making the fight should be easy work.
I agree. I totally agree.
Let me finish. Maybe that's just a pet peeve. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. That's just a pet peeve of mine. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand when these guys run around here clout chasing other men. If you are who you say you are, then show me. That's all I ask. I don't ask for much. And I also ask that you not lie, deflect, and start to do childish things when presented with tough questions. Calling me an idiot, saying I don't know what I'm talking about, simply because I asked you, why did you accept $150,000 to fight on an undercard instead of 1.7 to be on a main event? I think that's a very logical question, and I don't think that anything was unfair about the question I asked, simply because that's the way it appears to the fans. So if you want to come and you want to do an interview, at the very least, instead of deflecting and making people in the chat feel like they're stupid, because these could be fans of your sons, like you, like Teach, and like a bunch of other people, instead of rubbing them the wrong way, why don't you take the opportunity that you're presented with to answer questions? And hopefully that will help, like you said, the sheep form another narrative.
I don't know. That's what I think that, and this is just purely my opinion. I think that people are never going to like Brian Norman. Because I think they are just, some people are just bent on going with whatever until the machine says Brian Norman is fly and hot. That's when they're going to say Brian Norman is fly and hot.
Miss Truth.
People just bent on that, and I think that they should just stop. I think his dad should just take a back seat and just chill.
Why would people not like Brian Norman? There you go with that machine. It's no machine.
I just said it because they're not told to like him. That's why.
Look, they didn't tell us. They didn't tell us to like Earl Spence.
Huh?
They didn't tell us to like Earl Spence. They didn't tell us to like Floyd. They told us to hate Floyd.
But Earl was the A side. Earl was popular. It was easy to like Earl.
Okay, did nobody say like David Morrell? Did nobody say that? Like, people don't tell you who to like. I mean, I liked Brian Norman Jr. I used to be a fan of Brian Norman Sr. I was like, oh, that's the nigga that got a hold of Terrence Crawford. Brian Norman Sr. had motherfucking momentum. This truth. Motherfuckers was happy for Brian Norman. They was like, oh, that's that nigga that boxed up Terrence. Niggas was actually big up in Brian Norman. When he stopped Giovanni Santillan, motherfuckers was sitting there saying, oh, Boots versus Norman. That's a 50-50. You can still hop up there 2 cents, it's pinned. But motherfuckers was not going against Brian Norman. Brian Norman had a nice fan base until his dad started fucking talking. This truth.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is that I wish that his dad understood what I'm saying, or maybe even if I guess he don't say it that way, but stop
you
trying
said that machine shit again, right? Hold on, let me finish. You said that machine shit again, and this is what I'm saying. Motherfuckers was behind Devin Haney when Cambosa was talking that racist shit. Everybody was like, get him, Dev. Like, we was all standing behind Devin Haney, and then Devin Haney's dad started talking that crazy shit. So it's not the machine, because we be fully invested and fully committed. And then it be their fathers that come through and do that shit. Like, and then when you sit there and you put in a situation to fight your medal, like Devin was in that situation either to put up or shut up versus Tank, and then he decided to go fight motherfucking Regis Prograis. When he had to put up and shut up with Shakur, he decided to walk out the motherfucking ring. But you say they say everything but let's fight, then they don't go against the narrative. You got Brian Norman said that he did this to Bud and he willing to fight everybody. But then when he gets a paycheck for 18 times his biggest payday, and then he chooses to go fight on a female's undercard for 20% less, 20 times less, it doesn't add up. And sheep are motherfuckers that will still follow behind that, knowing the truth. No, we're innovative thinkers over here. It's not a lot of sheep over in this chat right here. We are the anti-sheep chat right here. This is the anti-sheep channel. This is anger management over here, baby. We don't follow the narratives. We all are progressive thinkers over here, and we all know how to use discernment, and we know how to observe. We don't go with what people tell us. We understand what we see. We believe half of what we see and 30% of what we hear, and we make our own decisions. Shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Joette. And make sure y'all smash that Cash App and that PayPal, man. Y'all go ahead and support the grind for the day.
Miss Truth, so if I'm understanding you correctly, you just think that it is systematically driven against Brian Norman Jr. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes and no. Yes, that's in the long and short of what I'm saying. Yes, but the bigger thing is I'm saying that they don't want that. They could easily support Brian Norman, but they've never wanted to. Now, I don't want to get into the ins and outs of the back of how those industries work, and maybe Brian Norman or his son wasn't down to get down on some things that was presenting him. They went down to get down, and so that's why the machine is not supporting. I'm not sure why. They've had ample of opportunity, but what I'm saying is that they don't support and push him. That's all I'm saying. Now, I don't know if they're, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure the reasonings why. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I have my own speculation, but they're clearly not on his, they don't want to see him successful. They don't want to see the best for him. That's for sure.
I definitely don't agree with that, and here's why. The article that I read yesterday stated that all they want is money, 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 right? They're unwilling, like I had mentioned earlier, to just take an opportunity for lesser money to elevate them to that next level. Now, I do not, I mean, I do pocket watch, but I can't tell somebody what they should accept and what they shouldn't. But I do, however, think that if you are offered $1.7 million to take a fight, I do think that that is something that you need to deeply consider given the fact that you were only making 150,000, you've never been on pay-per-view. All of these opportunities come with what you consider to be less money. So more than the money is the opportunity. So I think that if they're giving him opportunities that are not necessarily monetary opportunities, then you should take them because then you can always ask for more money after you make it to the next level. You know
You're
what I'm
talking
saying?
about the first you're talking about what Eddie
I'm
Hearn
talking about the
said.
first series of events that occurred with the money. Yes.
What to my understanding is that the long and short of it, after they went through all the negotiations, that offer was never even, they had no intentions on following through with that.
Yes, they did.
I don't know if that.
No,
Like I
that's what
said, I don't
Brian
know if
Norman
that's
said.
true
They
because I
had
didn't
it
have
right
the
there in
paperwork.
writing. They had the paperwork and everything. That's what Brian Norman Sr. saying. And we talking
Right,
about
that's
sheep.
what he said.
Hold
Yes,
on,
he
hold
said
on,
they
hold
had
on,
no
hold
intentions
up.
on doing it.
And use the main one talking about sheep. Now you're being a sheep for Brian Norman Sr. because that's bullshit. They
No,
had the
I
whole
said I don't
thing
know.
laid
How
out.
about I just
No,
said I
no,
don't
hold
know.
on.
I'm
Don't
not.
interrupt me,
Nah.
please. They had the whole
Let me
thing lined
rephrase.
out. They had it all lined out. They was trying to get the man to offer. He didn't want the offer. And this is what I'm saying right here. He had the offer. And see, I'm gonna tell you one thing that y'all might not understand. Do you not know that 99.4% of all boxers never receive $1 million for a fight in their life? That's 99.4% of all boxers. And this man was almost about to get $2 million for a fight. So he was going to be in the 0.6 percentile. 0.6 percentile. And they turned it down. Now they're back under getting 100,000 a fight. 65,000 if I do on one fight and 150 on the other one.
Mm-hmm. And I understand what you said on that. And I guess I have no rebuttal to that. I have no comment on that because I mean that's their decision. But on how Eddie, I guess how he's viewed, and that's what I'm saying. How he's viewed, he is viewed as nothing because they didn't want him to have the belt anyway. So basically, everybody, and they're saying because you were getting paid peanuts before, if we choose to give you a Jolly Rancher with ants on it, bitch, be happy. And I'm like. And everybody's like, yes, that's how you do it. That's how you treat the black man. Take the Jolly Rancher ants because you were getting peanuts before.
If you're giving somebody 18 times what they're worth, how is that a Jolly Rancher? How is that a Jolly Rancher with an ant on it, baby?
No, I'm saying with ants on because you guess what you gave the what's his name? Not Centillion.
You mean
he just fought him.
You mean hold on. You mean the Monte Stanionis
Stanionis.
Hold on. You talk about the same Monte Stanionis that got $1.5 million from Earl Spence for Step Aside, the same Monte Stanionis that was on an Earl Spence undercard that made over $2 million. You talk about the same Monte Stanionis that has a bigger name than Brian Norman, who hasn't received the same Monte Stanionis that was scheduled to make 3.5 to fight Virgil Ortiz. We talking about that Monte Stanionis, right?
No, let me tell you about the Stanionis.
Hold on. We're talking about that Monte Stanionis. We're talking
3 years of Step Aside.
I'm gonna let you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're talking about the same Monte Stanionis that was gonna make over $3 million to fight Virgil Ortiz, right?
I'm talking about the Stanionis who got rich off of Errol Spence Step Aside money.
Yeah, and the same Stanionis
that got. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the same Stanionis that got paid for the Roger Butayev on the Earl Spence undercard. He was on 2 Earl Spence undercards.
Yes. You're proving my point. So basically, he was very financially set. Can we agree on that?
No, baby. No, baby. See, this is where we as black people we get shit confused. This is called increasing your value. This is called knowing your worth. This is knowing that increasing your value, you're making yourself a commodity. So a Monte Stanionis isn't cheap now. Brian Norman is the same person that fought Santillion for 120. He fought the other person for 65,000. It's a big difference between Zaza and Runts and motherfucking goddamn Swag. So he hasn't put himself in a position to become that. Once you make a name, that's just like anybody that fights Tank Davis, and even if they get knocked out by Tank Davis, We're
They're
talking
a star
about.
now. Yeah, they're a star.
Exactly. So Brian Norman has not stepped into that star. Brian Norman, he's a bigger
And
star.
Stanionis became a star by
1
taking
second, baby. I'm
step-aside
gonna let
money.
you get going. I'm gonna let you get going. Let me land my plane. That's
Okay.
just like Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason is just as exciting, if not more exciting, than Brian Norman. He got 16 knockouts with 18 wins. He's only 5 fights away from Brian Norman. But guess what? Brian Norman making 50 and 60 and 80,000 more than Abdullah Mason. Do you know why? It doesn't mean that he's a better fighter. It just means he's more established. His wealth is more established. Amonte Stanionis got a whole country behind him. Who does Brian Norman got?
Nobody. Brian Norman has 0.
Okay, but Brian Norman hasn't built that either.
Nobody.
So you can't expect Brian Norman to get the same type of payday that Amonte Stanionis get. You can't expect Brian Norman.
As long as the machine is around, they're going to keep it that way.
To get the same payday that a Mario Barrios, who fought Tank on the motherfucking pay-per-view, who fought Keith Thurman on pay-per-view, who beat your Danish Ugas that beat Manny Pacquiao on a pay-per-view. You can't expect them to get the same type of bread. That's like you sitting there putting a project chick out there with this motherfucker that came from a rich background that ain't never popped no pussy for nobody. It's not going to happen. It's too different.
Upper.
Popping
Y'all know I ain't got no home training, but I keep it on. And shout out to my nigga.
Used to be a
Hold on 1 second. Shout out to Tony in the Cash App with the $1 holler. And I'm gonna say like this: Can I get some people to support the grind for the day? We get it in today.
The truth. So let me ask you a question.
Can I get some Cash App support for today?
That for whatever reason you said that they offered him less money. Do you think that it also happens because I know usually when they're of the same demographic, they may not offer as much because it's going to all be the same, pool of fans, right? So maybe Amonte Stanionis and whoever else got offered more money because they're going to bring their own demographic of fans. If Brian Norman Jr. does not have a solidified fan base, which is whoever's fault that's promoting him because they haven't even put on a fight in his own hometown yet. So if he has not been able to grow his fan base,
that's another thing. I agree.
Why should he be able to garner more money or even ask for more money? They both should want Undisputed. If he doesn't want Undisputed, then stop talking like I said about Boost Ennis. And then if you do, you have to be realistic with your market value because at the end of the day, this is still a business.
You're right. And I think they're going to keep his market value. Like everything you just said, I agree. He needs to have a hometown fight. Guess what they're not going to do? Guess what the machine is not going to do? Okay.
Baby, stop saying machine. There ain't no goddamn machine, baby.
What up, Upper? What up, Ty? What up, chat? What up, all
the Truth? You sound like one Miss Truth.
What up, all the 2 centers in the chat? What's up?
It ain't no machine, Miss Truth.
No, I'm saying I agree with Ty. What Ty is saying, that's what needs to happen, but it's not going to happen. It's not.
Guess what? Guess what will happen?
Can I throw my 2 cents in now?
I'm gonna let you get your 2 cents, but I'm gonna say one thing. Guess what, Miss Truth? If Brian Norman go out there and beat the shit out of Boots, guess what's gonna happen? I guess he's gonna be the machine then. No, people gonna respect him and it's gonna push him. The same thing.
No, they're gonna say Boost was drained. They're gonna find some way to spin it. I guarantee you, these people are highly intelligent.
Maybe you're in denial, dog. You okay?
I mean, I'm gonna give him props.
I love you, baby. Baby, I love you.
What would happen? That's what I think would happen.
Baby, I love you, but damn, okay.
That's what I think would happen. I give him props for being intelligent. I give him props for stopping the other dude, the dude he just did. I give him all the props. But you're asking me what I think what would happen. That's what I think will happen. I think they will find some way to devalue that young man.
I don't think so. I think that any time that a boxer can make them money, they will push him. So I don't believe that at all. I don't believe for 1 second that they're trying to keep him down while spending money to put on fights for him, to pay his opponents. I just don't believe that. I believe that if he made himself more of a star, if he made himself more accessible instead of seeing his raggedy mouth father every goddamn way pushing lies and propaganda, then possibly he would be that. Because I can't see any company putting money behind you and not expecting a return on their investment. So any way you shape it up, if he wants to be undisputed, then him and his daddy need to stop.
I don't know if that's the thing, though, Ty.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. That's not the point. Then what the hell are you on this whole goddamn smear campaign for Boots for? If you
That's
don't
why
want
I
to be,
said
if
his
you don't
dad
want to
needs to
be,
take a back seat. That's what I'm saying. And I think Top Rank is trying to do Junior. Let me be clear, because I don't think they really talked to the dad, because the Junior told dad to kind of stay on the outside. But I think Top Rank is trying to do him a solid by offering him this Japan bag as a means to try to build something. I think that that's what's happening. But even in him doing that, if he takes that fight, guess what? The machine is going to say, "Oh, he's ducking Boots. He's ducking Boots. He's doing this. He's doing that." It's like
Guess what?
the
true,
young
that's
man is
because he
damaged.
is
Don't
ducking
damage.
Boots.
They wouldn't
He
say that.
is.
They wouldn't say that if his dad keep his goddamn mouth shut instead of coming out here saying that he wants Boots and that Boots is ducking him. His dad is the one that's saying this shit. So people gonna say it. Like, oh my God. Like,
Yes, like he damned if he do, he damned if he don't. Up
no,
here,
it's
that's what I'm
his dad.
saying.
It's true. It's true. Here you go, baby.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. I completely understand. And then I think that is the $1,000,000 question. Does your son want to be undisputed? Does your son want to be great? Because if not, then like I said, his father needs to stop running around here talking about Boots, attaching yourself to Boots. Because if you're going to attach yourself to somebody, when you're presented with the opportunity to either glove up or shut up, and you constantly run around here like you're a financial guru, then it makes people think that your son is a duck. And maybe his son is willing to fight Boots. We will never know because, again, I see more of his father than I see of him, which is the same problem that I have with Bill and Devin Haney. I have no idea who Devin is as a fighter, as a person, or anything. I have no idea if he's personable because every time I look up, I see Bill Haney goofy ass in my face. Every time
Yeah,
I look up, I see Brian Norman Sr. goofy ass in my face. So
I
they're
know.
bringing their son's own value down. It's
I
not the
know.
fans. It's the
I know.
fathers. And if these fathers stop living vicariously through their goddamn sons, maybe, just maybe, their sons will be bigger stars.
I
Let me
think
say
you got.
shout out.
I think
Let me
you're
say
right.
shout.
I
Hold
think
on.
you're right. I
Let
think
me
it's
let me
just
say
hard
shout
to
out to my
tell him.
brother real
I
quick.
think it's just hard to tell
Hold on,
his
hold on, hold on.
dad
Let me shout
to.
my
You know what
hold
I'm
on,
saying?
true. Let me shout out my brother real quick, Mr. Altruistic in the Cash App with the $10 holla. I appreciate you, King. Always coming through, my brother, coming through. And if anything, can I get 2 or 3 more people to go through the Cash App and support the ground for the day? But back to y'all. Go ahead, Miss True.
I'm saying I think I agree with what Ty is saying, and I think it's hard for his dad, even though because he's already told his dad to take a back seat. He already told his dad to do that. But I think it's hard for his dad to be quiet while I guess he on the YouTube too much because he hear people talking trash about
Somebody
his
needs to
son.
mute.
So he
Somebody
feels the
needs to
need to
mute.
want to have to rebuttal or defend his son or you know what I'm saying, stick up for him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do these interviews and I guess maybe it's hard for him to step, to kind of take a back seat in that regards.
All right, go ahead, 2 Cent. She been
That
waiting to
is,
get her 2 cent in.
yeah.
What's going
That
on, y'all?
What's up, boo? I'm sorry
Um,
about
this Brian Norman situation. I just want to give my 2 cents about the situation, right?
that. Give us a
When now,
dollar value. Give us a
when
dollar.
this when this situation first popped off, right? And Boots was supposed to fight Karen. They announced it or did whatever, and then Brian Norman came in the mix, and they was negotiating, and they allegedly extended it, right? I had a conversation with Rachel Donaire, and she basically said that once they started doing something, I can't remember specifically what she said, but basically she said they started doing something with Karen that a deadline was met or something like that, there was no way that they could have negotiated with Brian Norman to make that fight. So she didn't say this. She just told me what the rules were. And the conclusion that I came to was that Eddie Hearn was bullshitting with all those offers and all that back and forth because the fight could not have been made because the
Thank you.
deadline or whatever had already been reached and you can't extend it or whatever. Basically Rachel said, she didn't say it, she told me what the rules were, and the basic conclusion was that Eddie Hearn was bullshitting. They couldn't have made the fight. Now
Hold on, before you
in
go to that,
addition,
I'm gonna tell you about that because I talked to Rachel and all of them too as well. At first,
okay,
this is what happened. Karen agreed to fight for the 2 belts because Boots said that they had already talked to Karen and them people. And Karen was willing to allow the fight between Brian Norman and Boots to happen as long as he had the immediate what's it called? The immediate You like what Gaia Silva just got. You know, he had the media, not the
Wasn't a
immediate.
rematch. It was
The
I know what you're
immediate.
talking about.
You know what I'm saying? He like nigga, you can't fight nobody but me next.
Mandatory
So
type shit.
yeah, like it's a name for it. I can't
The
remember.
winner picked up their mandatory.
Yeah, basically, but it's it was been in writing that nigga we next no matter what, and we had a set date for it right there. So Karen was all in agreement. So this right here, and plus people don't understand that unifications trump mandatories. You feel what I'm saying? So a unification would have put him on the back burner anyway, but he wouldn't have fought up against it. But after Brian Norman turned down the 1.8 million, like 18 times his biggest payday, then they went ahead and they locked in with Karen Kukadajian, and they had sent him the offer. No, they had sent them the thing for the purse bid and shit. So once that went in place, it was no more. And once they had it set for the purse bid, that's when Brian Norman's father said something else, and they was ignoring it because they couldn't do it no more because the purse bid was already locked to be set up, in which Karen Kukadajian them won it already. But they had a chance to make the initial fight, but they denied it. Eddie Hearns jumped it all the way to 1.8 the day before the deadline. Like that was the day before the deadline, that 1.8, and they turned that down as well. And shout out to my brother Phenomenal in the Cash App with the $5 holler, bro. I appreciate you, King, for supporting the grind for the day. Thank you, my brother.
Miss Truth, I just posted
Okay,
something in the back. Whenever you get a chance, I want you to take a look at it.
let me,
It
so let me
basically
let me
strung
finish.
together of everything that happened. I'm sorry. I just wanted her to know that I posted something for her to watch.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
check it out because I didn't see the interview from KQK Sue, so I'll check it out.
Oh
so
no, that's not what I posted.
okay, whether
And
it was
plus,
true
plus
or
two cent, and plus 2 cent, Brian Norman Sr. said Brian Norman Jr. was hurt anyway. Remember?
right. So, but I mean, whether that's true or not, okay, we can clear that up. So, moving forward, right? I don't understand what's this thing with fighters playing victim and trying to take advantage of other fighters that are going for a goal and trying to be successful. Maybe it's always happened in boxing. I'm just now noticing it. I don't know. How did Brian Norman Jr. get his belt?
Santillia.
Okay, he fought for the belt. He beat somebody. Now
That's
he's a
Eddie Hearn
champion.
interview.
The thing I don't think people are
Off with a
realizing
baby.
is just because you have a belt does not equal to money. Having a belt does not automatically increase your value. I don't understand why this is so hard for people to understand. What are we talking about? You've never headlined an event. It's a lot of other metrics and things that you have to check before you can ask for these dollars. So instead of him going around talking about boots, feeding the machine, like Miss Truth say, how you doing, Miss Truth? I'm 2 Cents Boxing. It's nice to meet you. Feeding the machine because he's feeding this information to the machine. And now what's coming out, he's not liking it because it's a lot of cap and people are seeing through it. And we've already been through this with other fighters. We're not going to let it happen again. We're not going to let you say one thing when the reality is something completely different. Now, where I agree with Miss Truth is maybe Top Rank does have other plans or something that they want to do with that belt that Brian Norman has, because what they should be doing is focusing on getting him of his hometown, building him up, building his fan base. That's what they need to be focused on. And I don't know if y'all remember this, because I do. At the beginning of this whole situation, Brian Norman and
Top
Bozy
rank gonna
Ennis,
try to make him keep it. Top rank ain't gonna try to let him fight with that belt. Top rank gonna try to hold that belt as far as possible. That's why they try to set up that thing with Jin Sasaki. And shout out to my
and
boy
that's
Shawar. Shout out to Shawar Zone in the Cash App with the $10 holler, bro. I appreciate you, King.
and
Appreciate
that's
you.
who's if anybody is against him, is Top Rank, because from my understanding they didn't even have any intentions on him winning that belt. Like that wasn't really in the
No.
plans.
He said dope work for all y'all. He said dope work. Y'all representing the YouTube boxing community. Blessings. I appreciate you, Shawar Jones. No, actually, they didn't. They wanted Giovanni Santillan. Actually, Giovanni Santillan was a matchroom fighter. Actually, Top Rank got lucky because Giovanni Santillan, Giovanni Santillan was a matchroom fighter that beat Alexis Rocha, and they was fighting for Bud Crawford's empty belt. and Matchroom had put Santilli in, and Top Rank sent out Brian Norman. So Top Rank was happy that Brian Norman got it because they thought that Matchroom was going to win it, honestly. But Top Rank got it with Brian Norman Jr. and they've been trying to make Brian Norman fight. How we say? I ain't gonna say like feather puffs, but you know how Top Rank they got the best match raters, right? 2 Cent. So they're not trying to let him fight. Like they really didn't want the Boots fight. They really didn't want them to motherfucker to fight the Boots. They still don't want him to fight Boots. They want him to go down and fight a list of people that they got on their thing, right? Because they don't want motherfucking. They don't want him to lose the fucking belt. Because honestly, they don't really believe in that man. They don't think that he can hold on to that belt, 2 Cent.
And that's what I was saying.
So they feel like if he's gonna lose it, they want him to lose it to somebody under their banner. That's what they basically want to happen.
But let me say this real quick too, and then I'll pass the mic. I don't know if y'all remember when this first kicked off, Bozy and Norman got on the phone and they said that they were planning for Boots and Norman to meet and fight for Undisputed. That's what they said the plan was. And now you got Brian Norman, he talking, then he doing something completely different. In my opinion, he's obviously trying to build a fight, allegedly, but he's not doing it the right way if that's what he's trying to do. And until he stopped, the problem is these fathers come out and talk and downgrade other fighters. That's when they get all the negativity and the backlash. That's majority of the reason why, in my opinion. You on the interview talking about Boots ain't got no power. He an in the gym fighter. You think standing on is gonna win by decision. You saying all this crazy stuff, and then when Boots go in there and watch him and look excellent, you looking crazy. So just focus on your son. Talk about your son, what he is going to be doing, what he going to be doing in the future, what his plans are, instead of continuously talking about Boots when you know you're not about to fight him no time soon. Like you no longer have no leg to stand on ever since you turned down that 1.7 million. You're going to continuously get criticized for that because you can't turn down 1.7 million. You got your manager all on the interview talking about, oh, he got this to pay and taxes and this to pay and that to pay and this to pay. And then you take way less money your next fight. That's hella contradictory. Like you cannot do, you're going to get criticized for that. And as good as Bill was with his mouth and his talking, he still continuously got criticized because of the things that he was saying about other fighters and because of the lying that he was doing. And people sick of that. Like, I don't know if that's the new, like they got some type of master class for dads in boxing and this is what they teaching them, but it doesn't work because it's a manufactured value and fame that you have, and as soon as things don't go right, it's popped and you got all the scrutiny. You're gonna get it regardless. But since you've been out here talking so much and down to other fighters, as soon as it don't go your way, you're gonna be stuck in the Devin Haney position to where like you really ain't done nothing wrong, but you at the precipice of your career where if you lose, then that's it for you. And that's the type of situation that he's gonna put Brian Norman in and Brian Norman Jr. in my opinion, if he doesn't stop talking.
Yeah. Mr. Pride, you say it's Boots got the Undisputed, therefore increasing the value of Brian Norman's belt. Actually, it decreases it because y'all all keep thinking about the Earl Spence situation. That was a one-time in boxing history. What happened with Earl and Bud will never again happen in boxing. And y'all keep betting on that shit right there. Honestly, if motherfucking Boots gets more belts, that make the price of Brian Norman belts go down even more because Boots is bringing more to the fucking table. He's bringing in 3 belts while Brian Norman has 1. And guess what? If Brian Norman doesn't want to fight Jawan Boots in it, then it's up to the fan base to shit on him about that shit. And, you know, Boots can still just move up to 154 and go for Undisputed up there. Because it's like motherfuckers are not going to do the same shit that Earl Dewan Rudy, it will decrease because you're getting more. If I'm coming to you with 3 belts and you got 1 belt and you saying that you want to fight me and you saying that you want Undisputed and I'm coming with 3 belts, the fan base is not going to let you sit there and lie and say you want that and I'm bringing all this to the table. You're not trying to take the fight. No, it's about using common sense. And
I think that's what. That goes back to what I said earlier. Does Brian Norman not want to be undisputed as well? Why is all the onus on Boots?
He doesn't want to be undisputed.
This.
That's his dad's
let me say this too. I don't know if this is like the decade for revenge of the nerds, or what is going on. But I don't understand why the rhetoric isn't, hey, you need to take what you need to take to make that fight. This is a big opportunity for you. Versus people saying to Boots, oh, you need to give him what he want. You need to, like, that is so lame to me. I don't understand why these boxers that haven't built their fan base, haven't reached the level that they need to reach to get the money that they want, are victims all of a sudden.
That's what I said. I don't understand how it is that the A side got to bend all the
And
way
guess
over
what you
and
see?
take it up the ass
And
of the
guess
B
what?
side.
And
I
this
just
is
don't
what's funny
understand
about it.
that.
And see, this is what's crazy. Now, Tank is in them sitting the damn precipice because motherfuckers think that they have a leg to stand on and they're going to end up not getting their biggest payday. And Brian Norman going to end up getting beat for somebody for less than $250,000 because motherfuckers is not about to give up that money. Like, he gave up to Amonte Stanionis because Amonte Stanionis had a name and he had a country behind him. He had given up for Mario Barrios because Barrios has a name and he has the Mexican
They
fan
had a
base.
demographic.
Yes, it's different demographics. But he's not going to give it up for a black on black fight. Nigga, we got the same fan base.
I don't think he's trying to give it up at all.
Like, I'm not gaining shit.
And that's the point that I was trying to make. Do you want to be undisputed? Do you also not want to be
I don't
great?
think.
Because if not, that's what I don't understand. Why are you attaching yourself to this man if the point is not to be on the
But that's what I
collision
was
course?
saying.
If
Like,
you
he's not
don't want
trying
to
to.
be great, then shut up.
Okay, but that's what I was saying. Like, Brian Norman ain't said shit about Undisputed. His dad's the one that's sitting there do it. And see, like I said, Earl Spence gave up on A side because Terrence Crawford was a slick talking motherfucker. He got motherfucking you said if Boots leave 147, Brian Norman Jr. still get paid the same. Mr. Pride, if Boots leaves 147, then the 147 division is going to be dead, and Brian Norman ain't going to have nobody to fight to get the payday.
147 about to heat up. T.O. there, Devin there, a lot of people up there.
Let me finish, please.
Go ahead, my bad.
if Boots leaves 147, and before Ryan Garcia gets there, Brian Norman he's going to still get paid the same, fighting them bums. And if Ryan Garcia fights Brian Norman Jr., he's not about to give Brian Norman no payday. Ryan Garcia will be the A side versus Brian Norman for his own fucking belt. That's what I'm saying. Brian Norman ain't really got no big fight but Boots. Brian Norman versus Ryan is not really a big fight. Nobody asks for that. But it's different demographic. And probably he might get $1 million to fight Ryan Garcia flat fee. He's not gonna get no back end money when Ryan Garcia try to do it. This is what I'm saying. Some fighters.
That's right. Ryan gonna be there too. Yep.
But see, that's why Top Rank was trying to get the T.O. versus Brian Norman. And they talk about the machine trying to mess up Top Rank. I mean, trying to mess up Brian Norman. No, the machine has been trying to help Brian Norman. They was trying to give him Teofimo Lopez to give him a name. They was trying to give Brian Norman a couple names. They just didn't get a chance to do it. T.O. said,
I don't think T.O. wanted to fight. I remember him mentioning something about that, and T.O. went. That's when he went elsewhere, right?
T.O. is another nigga who don't know what the hell he wanted to, and T.O. is still on Top Rank.
No, this is what I'm trying to say. Let me finish what I'm saying, please, ladies, please. I'm about to be done in just a second. Theo, they talk about the machine don't want to help Brian Norman. They tried to feed him a 2-time lineal champion. They tried to feed him Teofimo Lopez. The thing is, Teofimo said, I'm not about to fight this nigga because it's no worth me fighting this nigga because this nigga has no name for me to fight, and I'm not about to let him step on my name. So the machine has tried to help Brian Norman. The machine, as they say, has tried to build up Brian Norman's name. It's just his opponents is not trying to do it. So you can't say that they're not trying to help the man. Y'all can go ahead, ladies.
I was saying, I think 147 is going to get super hot. It's going to be a lot of great fights. And I don't think he needs to, I mean, if the fight happens, honestly, if the fight happens, that'd be great. I just, I don't know. I think I want the fight to happen, but then again, I just feel like it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because there's a lot of great fights.
Does anybody feel like, who is Brian Norman Jr.? Like, what?
Exactly.
What do y'all really see that makes you just feel like, oh, Boots, like, what are we seeing? Because I don't see it at all. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter.
I wasn't trying to say it too sick because I wasn't trying to be mean about the shit Because, like I said, I support all my black brothers coming up there, all my Israelite brothers trying to come up here and do their thing. But the nigga ain't fought nobody, dog. He fought front foot dominant Mexicans. Like, if honestly, he's not even ready to get in there and fight a Jerron Boots. And it's like, honestly, I wouldn't even put my and like I see it. Like if Jerron,
I want to see how he do even against Orion.
That's what I'm
that's what
saying.
I'm
There's a
saying.
lot
Like
of good other
honestly,
fights. There's a lot of good other fights.
honestly, if I was Brian Norman Sr., I would understand my son's limitations, and I would not put him in there with a motherfucking Jerron Boots in it. I'm just being real.
He definitely don't need to be in there with Ryan. Hell no.
And like I said, my son needs to develop more skill. But I would
want to see the.
be
I
out
want to
here
see them all. Like, I'm
antagonizing
not
the
afraid of
motherfucking
people who. I
bear.
don't know, bro. I don't know. I just be wanting to see the scrap. So
No,
I don't want to see him
I
fight
feel you,
Ryan.
but I don't think that it's a
And that's and
concerted
you're a
effort
woman.
against Brian Norman
You
Jr.
are a
I
woman,
just
Miss
don't.
Truth. You are a woman. You don't assess danger. You don't think logically about the situation. Like I'm saying is, I wouldn't put my son in there for just an ass whooping like that because his son is not on the same level. And I would want to prepare my son a little bit better
You think
before I
Ryan
put
would
him.
just obliterate him?
Then
Yes,
I,
obliterated. Easy.
then
Wow.
I, what did I just say last week about Boots and if you was here, what did I say about Boots and standing on his last week? 2 Cent. What I said was gonna happen in that fight.
He was about to get washed.
And what people were saying, they were talking about Monte Stanionis is good. Monte
Yep.
Stanionis
I said it was gonna be look like Villa. That's what we were saying. It's gonna look like a Villa performance. Oh,
I said it's gonna
Monstani
be
on
a
his
worse.
way
I said
better.
it's gonna be worse than Villa. And Mr. Pride, if you don't stop saying propaganda, Ty is gonna time you out, bro. Because now you're sitting there saying dumb shit. He fought Ramon Villa. He fought Monte Stanionis. He just fought him. He fought Delorme. He fought Sergey Lipinets. Stop, dude. You just saying a bunch of nonsense, nigga. Damn, think before you type. I've been trying to let you rock, bro, but you're making Ty mad with the dumb shit, dog. You saying people ain't fought nobody. Sergey Lipinets, he was a champion. Delorme, champion. Motherfucking, he just beat Ramon Villa. The man has fought people. Go through the resume, bro, and stop just saying shit, dog.
That's what I'm like. Stop this silly. It's
And
crazy to me how they like.
now you get Miss
Oh, Boots
Joanne.
ain't fought nobody.
Now you get
How
Miss
can you
Joanne.
say?
Like, damn, bro, stop goddamn glazing all the time, bro. I try to give you respect, but damn, nigga.
I don't
Damn.
think what people realize is if you say Boots ain't fought nobody, then who the hell has Brian Norman Jr. fought? Like, what are y'all like? Y'all gotta. What's happening is y'all not being realistic, and y'all just want to be arguing for the sake of arguing.
Exactly.
And and I hate to say this because I hate when people do me like this, but it seems like just because Boots challenged Terrence Crawford, he got to get all this hate all of a sudden. Like literally, Boots ain't said nothing to nobody. He ain't done nothing to nobody. He barely talk. Y'all keep talking about how he ain't got no personality. He getting all of this hate. He ain't even done nothing. And people run around talking about he ain't fought nobody. If Boots ain't fought nobody, then Brian Norman Sr. has fought. I don't even know what's less than nobody.
Hold on 1 second, 2 Cent. So who A level has Terrence Crawford beat before besides Errol Spence then, Mr.
He's
Pride?
gone. Don't even waste your time responding to him because I got him up out of here. He's harassing the chat. Moving on.
Damn. I tried to tell you, Mr. Pride, before she did it. You didn't listen.
Boots got way better competition on his resume, and y'all just not being honest. And that's the
Like,
same thing that got y'all caught up
he just
with
fought
Ryan
Sergey
Garcia and
Lipinets.
Devin Haney.
Sergey Lipinets is a hell of a fucking boxer, dog. They called him the Samurai at the time. He beat Thomas Delorme. He beat motherfucking Ramon Villa. Like, come on. Karen Kukadajian would beat Brian Norman Jr. And I'm being honest about that shit. Motherfuckers don't realize
Who Brian Norman would beat up, or who you think Brian Norman could beat?
Who I think Brian Norman could beat?
Yeah, who you think he could beat?
Honestly, I think Brian Norman could beat Mario Barrios. Because I feel
You
like
think
Mario
so?
Barrios is the front foot dominant Mexican fighter, and I think
But you
Brian
don't
Norman.
think much about Barrios, so that's not. You don't
I'm
think
just
much about
saying.
Barrios.
No, I think about boxing. I'm a boxer, bro. Like I understand styles make fight. Like I
Because
said,
I
Karen.
like Barrios. I think Barrios was a good
I
name
like
on
Barrios, but it's not
Saint
gonna.
resume.
Okay, I like Barrios, but me liking him is not gonna make him a better fighter, bro. Like, okay, in World Combat Sports, you can disagree, but I've sat there and watched Karen Kukadajian. Karen Kukadashi is a hell of a fighter. He's skilled. You talking about he got fame off 24 rounds of boots. He went 24 rounds of boots is one thing you can say. But go back and look at his other fights. That man has got that European style. He reminds you of motherfucking Bivol. The man is a hell of a technical fighter. And the fact that he was able to go 24 rounds with boots, Stanionis couldn't do it. Motherfucking Ramon Villa couldn't do it. Sergey Lipinets couldn't do it. Thomas Delorme couldn't do it. So that's a win as itself. He did it not once, but twice. Are y'all not understanding what y'all seeing? First time it's a fluke. The second time the man know what the fuck he doing. Y'all don't understand this shit. He controlled this. He was able to stay 24 fucking rounds. And like I said, I feel like Karen Kukadajian would give Brian Norman Jr. fits. But you ask who I think Brian Norman could beat, I think he'll beat Mario Barrios because Brian Norman, his niche, and that's a Niche, his niche. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I don't know if it was Nietzsche or Nietzsche, but his niche is front foot dominant Mexican. You put any front foot dominant Mexican in front of Brian Norman, and he's going to tag their ass up out of there. But you put a slick fighter, black or white, up against him, he's going to have problems. Y'all forget that Brian Norman's the same fighter that used to put his head in a boxer's chest and start swinging.
That was my opening statement.
Let me say this too real quick.
Literally my opening statement.
Hold on. Before y'all start, shout out to my brother K.O. He was waiting to get his thing on. Go ahead, bro.
What's up with y'all? Just real quick, I just got 2 words.
What up, K?
Two words that I want to say since y'all are cooking on this about Brian Norman Sr. And that is, it's a bad move, dog. Bad move, bro. Bad move, and I'm the wrong one. You about to find out shortly, though. Keep cooking up. I'll see you soon, bro.
Yeah, I know he in the chat, KO. You know his narcissistic ass can't help to be in the chat. He in the chat. We got a lot
Brian
of people.
Norman Sr.'s in the chat.
You know he's sitting there watching.
But this is
one thing I've noticed about Brian Norman Sr. He's so narcissistic that anything that goes on about him and his son, he's there.
I know, and that he needs to stop doing that because it agitates him and it makes him start talking shit.
That's
you know what I mean?
And it brings his son's value down, as I stated before.
Yeah, I mean,
yep. And can I get one more person to support the grind for the day? And we hit our goal for the day. We need one more person to support the grind for today. One more person to support the grind for the day. But yeah, Brian Norman Sr., he is what he is.
It's hard to sit back and listen to people talk shit about your son. That's why I'm like,
no, it ain't.
Hold on. Let me say this.
The cause of the shit talking, just like Debbie Haney's father.
Miss True. Let me tell you how easy it is. Let me tell you how easy it is, Miss True. You cut off the fucking internet. A motherfucker can talk shit about me or my son, but guess what? When I get off this motherfucking internet, I don't give a fuck about what the next motherfucker
got a hard time. I think he got a hard time doing that. I think
that's called being a man.
That's his problem.
But you're the one. This is what people don't understand. If you having issues on the internet, just get the fuck off the internet. It's that easy to stop all the issues you having. Just get off the internet.
Close your laptop. It's that simple.
That's what I just said. Like, but you said that. But you talking about feminine ass people and motherfuckers that's feminine and shit. But nigga, you don't know how to motherfuckers say no. Like, nigga, that's what your girl do when you done broke up with her and blocked her. Now you peeping out shit from other people's accounts and shit. Like, nigga, what type of
you
shit?
Want the look, you on the internet doing interviews, you want the attention. They say this all the time. They on the internet doing it, so I'm gonna talk about it because you're doing it in the public. If you didn't want people to talk about it, you wouldn't be doing it in the public, especially in this space. You know exactly how it works and how it go down. Like, what we talking about?
Interviews. You can't answer simple questions. You ask.
And I heard Brian Norman Sr. say in the interview, I want to find it. It might have been the one for Non-Channel when KO cooked them that day. But he said, you have to attach your name to another fighter. He literally said that out his mouth. And when I heard him say that, I knew exactly what was going on and that this was going to be the next step. And we was going to keep hearing about this until they fight or until Boots goes to another division. This is all by design.
But
I'm going to find the interview that he did with the Breakfast Club last year when he turned down the money. explaining why he turned
his
it
name
down.
to Tank too. Remember, they was trying to touch their name to Tank
he's a
too.
clown. But I'm gonna find that interview, Miss Truth, and send it to you. The interview that he did with the Breakfast Club, I believe it was around the time that he turned down the offer, and he went up there explaining why he turned down the offer. Something about how much he's gonna get after taxes, a whole bunch of goofy
send that to
nonsense.
send me
like that was his problem.
I was looking it up now, but I didn't want to take up too much time. But I will definitely find it, and I will definitely have it for next time that I see you in the chat, so you can review it. And the information that I also posted in the chat, that's Eddie Hearn discussing
That's Eddie Hearn. I looked at it.
Send it to me too, Ty.
It's in the
Send
back.
it to me too, Ty.
Babe. It's in the back, 2 cents. It's in the back.
It's on Discord, 2 cents.
Oh, okay, because I'm driving. All right, I got y'all.
Hey, Ty, did you put it in the Discord, baby?
No, because I'm on my computer, but I can definitely put it in the Discord real quick. I'll do that right now. But yeah, so that's basically what I was. No, I usually use it from my phone. I have to go to the actual what you call it. I'm doing it right now. But no, that's basically what I was just saying. I don't want anyone to think like, oh, we're just all against him, we're ganging up on him, because that's not what's happening. What's happening is his father, just like Bill, is plummeting his son's own worth by getting on the internet, rubbing people the wrong way. And I don't know if he's as bad as Bill, because Bill has rubbed people in the business the wrong way. So that also contributes to his son not being able to move forward. And then, like I said, when you turn down opportunities, that rubs people the wrong way as well, because they may be in a situation where they have other big fights they have to put on. So no, they can't give you all that you're looking for. But listen, if you can put on, in this particular event, then that will bring more eyes, and then maybe we'll be able to offer you a bigger purse down the road. You have to be willing to work with people as well. You can't just expect all these people that are putting up money for you to just keep putting up money for you and you not doing anything in return. It's called, you know what I'm saying? Fair exchange, no robbery.
That's what the ASI is supposed to do.
I'm sorry?
That's what the ASI is supposed to do, put the money up, right?
I'm sorry, who are you?
WCS. What's going on, UE and the panel? Salute to y'all.
How you doing? Yeah, so like I was saying, you can't continue to ask people to do something for you and then you not be able to give in return. It's a give and take.
Not in boxing. It ain't a give and take. The ASI presents the money. The ASI,
really?
look,
if he continues to put on for you and you're not garnering, nothing's coming back, I'm going to continue to put on for you?
We're talking about one fight, right? That haven't been made.
We're talking about business in general.
Okay, one fight that haven't been made at welterweight division. So what we experienced leading up to the Crawford Spence situation, we should have learned a lot about business, because we heard a lot of people talking about the other side of the street, but in the end,
this ain't the Crawford Spence situation.
They end up getting paid handsomely because they talk to one another, right? So now we have a different situation. We have two fighters locked in at a promotion, so no one's going to be, and the one that's inside in this is who? Going to be Bruce. So, I mean, when have you ever heard somebody wants to fight a fighter, the B side puts the money up? Just because the A side put the money up doesn't mean the B side don't have any means to negotiate.
Okay, let me ask you a question, World Combat Sports. I'm glad you said that right there. Well, first off, shout out to my nigga World Combat Sports. He's been around for a minute.
Salute to you, big dog.
Well, first off, I'm gonna say this: the Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford thing was different. Earl. I know Earl personally. Earl's a simple guy. I hate to say it, but Earl's a simple guy, and he has a lot of pride. And Terrence Crawford, he understood that, and he played the Earl's pride. He played the Earl's pride. That is a one-off right there. I'm gonna tell you like this: Floyd Mayweather, he was the B-side to Oscar De La Hoya. Am I right? Correct. Oscar De La Hoya made some impossible fucking demands on Floyd, and Floyd could not counterattack them as the B-side. He picked the ring size, the glove size, everything. He was picking everything, and he left Floyd with zero wiggle room. Zero wiggle room. Canelo Alvarez, he leaves his opponent zero wiggle room. Is you take it or not, nigga? You gonna take this rehydration or not? Most of the people that has the A side, especially of different colors than us, when they have the A side, they put their foot down, and nobody bats an eye when somebody of a different race than African American.
I bat several eyes.
No, I'm talking about.
I partially disagree, UE.
When we try to
but they bring their own demographic.
Hey, UE. Canelo paid Caleb Plant very well for that IBF title shot.
Did he?
The last belt. That was the last belt for him to get Undisputed, right?
I'm glad you said that. How much did Canelo give Caleb Plant?
10 mil.
He gave him 10 million, right?
He
Flat
got
fee,
paid
right?
10 mil. No,
He
I
got
wasn't no
paid.
flat fee. To be
No, it
honest,
was
I
flat
don't get
fee.
in the
It was
pockets
flat.
like that. I don't know. To be
No,
honest, I don't know.
Caleb. He was trying to give Caleb Plant 5 million, and Caleb said, "Hell nah, I need 10 million."
Yeah.
So he gave Caleb Plant a $10 million flat fee. Do you know what Canelo did in that fight?
I know it was probably well over. You know what I'm saying? He made good.
That's what I'm saying. But see, people understood that motherfucking Canelo. If Canelo does a $500,000 gate, period, where they actually did 688,000. That's what him and Caleb Plant did, almost 700,000. The fight made well over $78,000. I mean, 78 million. So Canelo gave away that 10 million. He walked away with over 60. But you know, people
he made the fight. That's what I'm trying to say. He made the fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because he was trying to do the same thing that Spence and Crawford was trying to do, and now the Jerron, I heard somebody say that he's the only one talking about Undisputed. In order for you to talk about Undisputed, you have to be able to do business to make Undisputed. You just can't sit up here and say, well, I ain't negotiating. We taking more money than yesterday, and you want Undisputed. You're not going to get Undisputed, period.
But
that was my question. Does he want it?
But Boots also said he wants Undisputed, but he said he's not about to give away his legacy for it. See, it's
he don't have a legacy yet, UE.
But this is what I'm saying. Brian Norman.
Not more than Brian Norman.
Brian Norman is definitely not a legacy fight. But one thing about it, he's giving Brian Norman a chance just to fight for all 3 belts as well. Your dad is out here saying that you want Undisputed. You're not going to get no other chance for it. Because if because when Ryan and all them come up there, he definitely is not going to get no shots at them belts. Because first off, he's not a name. He's not a name. I'm just hate to say it.
I don't know why y'all say he's not a name, and he has.
Let me
why I say that.
No, he's not. Let me say. Can I talk?
A lot of Aerosmith fans that's on Boots bandwagon right now. You know,
he's not a name because he's on the undercard of Sandy Ryan and McKellar Miller.
I get that. I know you was gonna bring that up. Hey, we can't do nothing about that, UE. We can't do nothing about what undercard he was on. What that mean?
But this is what I'm saying. The World Comeback.
So he has no
name than Sandy Ryan and McKellar Miller. Then they would have been under him. Am I right?
Or he would have.
Look. If you know, you gotta understand how many divisions. When you have
leverage.
Michaela Mayer is a multi-division champion. We can't downgrade the females. Look, we can't downgrade the females just because a guy fought on a female's undercard.
It's not. No, it's not. We're not
value females.
Let me respond.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you respond. I'm gonna step away for a minute. Would they put Rolly Romero on a Michaela Miller on the card?
And Rolly Romero, you know, when you talk about Rolly, no legacy. That's no legacy. He was given a championship, so you know what I'm saying. Talk about
my God.
They gifted him a championship.
You say Rolly has no legacy, right? You say Rolly has no legacy.
He has legacy. He's a interim champion, and then he's a world champion in 140.
So Rolly is nothing compared to Brian Norman, right? Like in skills wise and shit,
no,
right?
I'm not saying that. Skill wise, you talking about skill wise?
I'm about to say though, bro. But this is what I'm saying.
Rolly has a better resume than Brian Norman.
Okay, but do you think Rolly will be under McKellar Miller's undercard anywhere in the world?
I mean, I don't know, bro.
We know that's not gonna happen.
At any point in his career.
Rolly's not
exactly. Rolly would never be on that woman's undercard.
Special. He just had the opportunity to get in there with Tank. He had the opportunity to get in there with Tank, Esau Cruz. He got some names, common opponents of Tank.
I know him. Brian Norman had a chance to get in there with Boots for 1.8.
Bro, you know how much they had to pay out? Like, once again, I'm not in anybody's pockets, but I'm saying we went through the same shit with Crawford and Spence, and it got worked out without Al Heyman. So
can I respond?
We can work this shit out. We can work. Brian Norman and Boots can work this out.
Anytime they make a fight, they're gonna still have to pay out the same type of percentages.
No, it's important where the fight is held at. Boots want the fight in the backyard of Philly, bro. You know what I'm saying? He wanted it in Philly. He want everything in Philly.
He's the one on
I'm gonna say one thing.
Why don't you have it in the neutral? Why don't you have it in
New York?
He don't concede to nobody else to go neutral.
New York and California are the worst places to have a fight at because
correct. New York, yeah, hell yeah.
New York takes away 50% of your shit, and California takes away 40%. And Mr. Pride, I'm not the one that timed you out, dude. I told you.
So if New York, you know, you have to pay the toll to cross the bridge, right? You have to pay the toll to cross the bridge. You know that New York is bad. So when you think a businessman like Norman Sr. would go in there with that already understanding him and Adrian Clark talking about the business of it, don't you think that's why they negotiated heavy with that? Because Eddie Hearns lied, Boots lied. He said he gave him $2 million. They gave him a top 1.7.
He misspoke, bro. He just rounded it up.
It's
No,
still
bro,
So
you
y'all
can't
cut
make
it out.
excuses for that, man.
I'm
You can't
Can
make
I
excuses,
respond
Boots.
now? Can I respond now?
Let nigga learn how to speak clearly, dog. Come on, Boots said $2 million.
Oh my
Can
God,
I
he
respond?
misspoke.
That's a lie. I ain't misspoken. That's a choice he made. That's a lie.
Okay, so 1.72 million. Is it still more than he got offered any other time? Is it still more than he
I
got
keep it
fighting on the
100.
undercard?
He was wrong on that answer right there. He did say 2
Is
million,
it
which was
still more than he got on the undercard?
yeah, it was
Still his biggest
more.
offer to date.
No,
Because Brian Norman Sr. has discredited everything he complained about in the first negotiations by taking a fight for way, way less money. That shit don't matter now. He discredited himself when he took a fight for way, way, way less money. And let's
did the
like
same
y'all gotta
thing.
be honest. Y'all gotta be honest. Like y'all really not being honest. And just because you're being honest doesn't mean you hating on a fighter. Brian Norman Jr. You gonna let me talk or you gonna keep cutting me off, bro? Brian Norman Jr., guys, let's be for real. Just because you have a belt does not make you valuable like that. To be at the table and negotiating and to think you Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. I wish people would stop referring to that because neither one of these niggas is Terrence Crawford or Earl Spence and is nowhere near the same situation, bro. Like, just be honest. The nigga obviously ain't worth $1 million because he got nowhere near it his next fight with the belt. So y'all have no argument. So I don't even understand what we really arguing about. It don't make no sense. If he was valuable like that, he would have got paid close or near to what he was asking for, and he did not. So if his own promotional company is not willing to come out of pocket and pay him close or near to what he asking for, why do y'all think that Boots and his promotional company are finna super extra ultra duper overpay you? You ain't even led no headline, no card. You ain't did no pay-per-view buys. You ain't really got no fan base because nobody was talking about Brian Norman Jr. before the Boots negotiations. Y'all not being for real about this, bro.
You want me to respond?
Before you do that, let me just say one thing, and I'm gonna let y'all continue. Shout out to Deontay Hodge in the cash out with the $5 holler. He saved for the grind for the cook, and shout out to my brother from another mother, Kevin Livingstone, with the $10 holler. He saved supporting the grind, my G. Appreciate that. And I'm about to step back and let them in 2 Cent and Ty continue to cook because hey, they got that rule going, and I don't even want to put my foot in it.
Yeah, so when it comes to me making comparison to Errol Spence and Crawford is just saying that they came to a point where at one point they was talking about fighting for net pay and an undisputed 2 pound for pound fighters. Of course, Brian Norman and Jaron Ennis is not on the level of a Crawford or Spence, but both Crawford and Spence was pound for pound fighters. And at one point in time, they was about to fight for net pay. So
What you
now,
mean by net pay? You mean they was going to fight for?
They was both going to fight for net pay after everything came back and all.
That
That's
means
what
after
people
everything gets paid, all the expenses
What you mean? They was all fighting? No, they was both going to fight for back end money. That's what you're trying to say, right?
After everything was calculated.
You know
That's
what?
why Crawford wanted to see the books and all that. And they said Al Hammond didn't want him to see the
something where it comes back. One thing about it, they basically did fight for net pay because the money that they got up front, they took it back out of the net pay. See, the only reason that they didn't fight for net pay is because Earl Spence is used to making that type of money. Crawford has never made that type of money. Crawford hasn't made more than $7 million for a fight. Earl Spence was making it with the Mikey Garcia, with the Terrence Crawford. He's making
Crawford was making a higher guarantee than Errol Spence. Everybody knows
that,
man.
That don't mean shit.
I'm not trying. It does mean shit.
It doesn't.
Even when you was on other panels, 2 Cents talking,
for a second.
you don't know what you're talking about half of the time.
I definitely know. I do know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about.
You speak with emotion.
Everybody chill. This is what I'm saying.
Don't tell her she don't know what she's talking about.
But no. That's what I'm saying. You talking about everybody get just because you make a guarantee, and I'm about to explain business economics real quick. If I'm guaranteed $3 million, right? Say like I'm guaranteed $3 million. and you're guaranteed 500,000, right? So you're guaranteed so you got $3 million guaranteed. But if you don't make this threshold, then you don't get nothing else. Terrence Crawford had a contract for 3 fights for $10 million guaranteed. And so for 3 fights, he made $10 million because he had 300. He had the guarantee. He had 3 fights, $10 million guarantee. And he got that for the Jose Benavidez fight. The Jeff Horn fight. And the motherfucking Mean Machine fight. He fought all 3 of those fights and made $10 million. He had a $3 million guarantee. Now check this out. Earl Spence had 3 fights. Now, let me finish what I gotta say, brother. I'll let you cook for a minute.
Go ahead, bro.
Earl Spence had 3 fights. He had the Mikey Garcia fight. He had the Sean Porter fight. And he had the motherfucking Lamont Peterson fight. All 3 of those fights, his guarantee totaled to $1.5 million, right? But with his revenue, Earl Spence made over $26 million for them 3 fights, while Terrence Crawford made 10. Just because you got the guarantee and no back end doesn't mean nothing if you betting on yourself. That's like a person fronting you a brick and you have to pay it back. If you do get a high guarantee, what you don't understand is you have to pay that guarantee back. That guarantee is paid back. But that guarantee is there in case you can't bet on yourself and you don't think, and see, Terrence Crawford can't bet on himself because when he fought on BLK Prime for David Avenesian, he only did 6,000 pay-per-views and $200,000 gate. That's why Terrence Crawford always wants upfront money, because when he fought Victor Postal, he only did 50,000 pay-per-view buys. When he fought Sean Porter, he only did 130,000 pay-per-view buys. When he fought motherfucking Amir Khan, it only did 140,000 pay-per-view buys. When he just fought nigga at 154, and it had an Eminem concert, it did less than $100,000 buys. So when you can't sell, of course you get a fucking guarantee because you know you're not gonna make the motherfucking back end. But when you are a product, when you have a name, you don't need the money up front because you're gonna make it all on the back end. That's why back end always supersedes that front end money.
At World Combat Sports, what don't I know, bro? What don't I know?
Hey, UE, let me respond to you right quick, bro. You made some solid points. I know every point that you just made.
Motherfucker. You don't say 2 cent, don't know she is. Yeah, you can get rid of them 2 cent.
No, I'm tired of people telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. What don't I know?
You said everything I thought you said, right?
I mean,
what don't I know? Please tell me.
Oh, is the conversation still ongoing or what?
I'm talking to you because you said you hear me on panels and I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm just
so
saying.
I'm asking you to tell me what don't I know?
Like you told me, like you asked me a question, so give me a chance to answer it. When we was leading up, when I initially mentioned Spence and Crawford, you know, you wanted to so aimlessly chime in, and I remember leading up to that fight, there was a lot of back and forth about how much they was going to get paid and what certain fighters didn't deserve. Look, Spence, the fans that was going for Spence had their narrative on what Crawford shouldn't get paid, right? This is not the case with Brian Norman, but I'm still hearing the same thing because Boots and Brian Norman is not in the same stature or echelon on the pound for pound list as Crawford and Spence. We have 2 basic fighters starting off, they still in their 20s, and they're now starting to build their legacy up. They're now starting to build. So
Boots is way ahead of Brian Norman, bro.
Yeah, Brian's
way
a young
ahead.
pup.
You exacerbating that. It's not way ahead of anything. He just heard this man say, "Oh, maybe I should move up to 154." He was unsure himself after Korean Part 2. After Korean Fight Part 2, he was unsure. He was saying, "Oh, maybe I should move up to 154." Maybe, and then now he has a coming out performance. That's the same thing Brian Norman did with Santillan. Both of them have one off. That's it.
But you still never told me what I don't know, bro.
We know he didn't be the champion for the IBF, right? He didn't be the champion for the IBF, so he finally be the champion for the WBA.
But what don't I know, World Combat Sports?
Was it not vacant? Was it not vacant?
Certain things that you say, I'm not trying to get in a one-on-one with you. You know what it is.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on you.
I know you're not,
bro, because I'm not here to get kicked off the panel. I'm here to talk box.
Well, you can come to my channel tonight at 10:30. I'll be live.
I actually listen to 2 Cent, and she's a very knowledgeable individual. But I can say
that's just my opinion, UE.
I mean,
it has nothing to do with what you're saying.
Everybody's
It's my opinion.
You know, over here, everybody has an opinion over here.
I never said they didn't. I'm saying that's my opinion on her.
Boots, I mean, I understand, but Boots Ennis is 34-0 with 30 knockouts, and
man,
he
who
did
cares, man? Majority of his resume is ragu sauce heavy.
Okay, Chris Van Heerden, Sergey Lipinets, Thomas
I don't need to hear
Delorme.
that. I mean, come on, Sergey
I'm
Lipinets, a
just
champion
saying,
at 140 who
okay.
was beat with Mikey
So you think
Garcia.
Brian Norman Jr.
I
is
can go
fighting
through
a
the
tougher
same thing,
competition?
bro. They had
What I'm
one
saying,
fight.
that Brian Norman Jr. is
saying
fighting a
is
tougher competition?
his resume is about as strong as Crawford's was before he fought Spence.
No, bro.
I'm
Come on,
confused.
man.
No,
Look,
So you think
hey,
Brian Norman has a better competition?
Huey, you got to look at it, man.
No,
Brian
I
Norman.
can honestly put Terrence
This is
Crawford.
unacceptable right here.
If we take Earl Spence off of Terrence Crawford's resume and we put Terrence Crawford's resume and lining up the boots, the motherfuckers are very comparable.
With you know, the champions that he fought, right? With the Olympians that he fought, right? You talking about those? Where are they? Where are they at? Where are they at on Boots? Where are they at on Boots' resume? Where?
Name the champions.
Ricky Burns. Where's Ricky Burns on Boots' resume? Name me Ricky Burns on Boots' resume. Name me
Sergey
a Gamboa.
Sergey
Name me a Gamboa. Man,
Sergey Lipinets, the guy that Terrence Crawford moved up from 140 and didn't
one
fight.
that Mikey Garcia beat up at 140.
Ricky Burns, they got beat up by everybody.
Come on, man. Ricky Burns became a champion after Crawford.
Sergey
Ricky
Lipinets
Burns
got a better
became a
resume
champion
than
after Crawford.
Sergey Lipinets got a better resume than Ricky Burns.
How did we get on Crawford?
Sergey Lipinets will beat Ricky
I
Burns.
don't know.
Hey, Sergey
That's
Lipinets.
all these
Y'all get credit.
bouncers want to talk about.
I just
Y'all
don't
give
understand this.
credit to Errol Spence
We're
and Mikey
talking
Garcia from two divisions
We're talking
below.
about Brian Norman Jr. and Boots Ennis. How did we get on
y'all
Spence
shitting
and
on the
Bud
dude
Crawford?
from Atlanta because y'all find it easy to
Who
support
said we were
Deron
shitting
Ennis
on him?
because
I'm
really
not
you
shitting
all
on
are
Brian
Errol
Norman
Spence
Jr.
fans.
I was the one that
Y'all are
wanted to
Errol
keep
Spence
fighting.
fans. That's
Problem,
all.
yo.
That's my whole
You don't know
point.
me. You know who I'm a fan
You all
of.
are
That's
Errol
what's
Spence
wrong.
fans trying to jump on the
Actually,
You
Boots
don't know
I
who the
like
hell I'm
Brian
a fan
Norman
of.
What the fuck this got to do with Errol Spence? Hey, hold on. Let me say something. Let me say something, because all these
beat
Terrence Crawford,
DJ ass,
Johnson
y'all trying
bouncers
to jump on
always talking
Deron
about
Ennis
Earl
bandwagon.
Spence and Terrence Crawford. This ain't got nothing to do with Earl or Crawford, bro. I don't
That's what
know
I just said.
why
Did you
y'all
not hear me
can't
say
keep
that?
Earl.
Did
Listen,
you not hear me say
bruh,
that?
nobody's hating on Brian Norman. This is just the facts.
What does that hate on?
Hey, y'all
who
should hate
is
on Ennis just the same as y'all hating on Norman, though.
Nobody's
Who's
hating
hating?
on
Nobody's
ladies,
hating.
Look,
hold
y'all
on,
trying to
ladies, hold
compare
on 1 second. I'm gonna
fathers
step
speaking
away.
out
I'm
for
about
their
to step
son.
away anyway, but let me say one thing.
No, you're the one
It's
who
not
brought up Bud
no.
No,
Crawford.
y'all
Let
talking
me
about
say one thing,
fathers
Tom, then I'm
shouldn't
gone.
say
I'm about to
this
step
and that.
away.
They should.
Hold on. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna let
Upper.
y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all go.
Sure,
Just
for
hold
sure.
on for 1 second. What I'm saying is, motherfuckers is not hating on Brian Norman Jr. We was talking about what his dad said. If you was paying attention, this is
Yeah,
all
I
about
was
his
paying
dad.
attention, bro.
And this is what I'm saying though. But the reason why Brian Norman is getting the hate that is garnered is because you're saying that you want the fight and you're saying that this and that, and then when the fight is presented to you, you turn around, you duck it, then jump on a female's undercard, making 18%. I mean, 180%. No, what is it? 1,800% less than what you would have made because it was 18 times.
Did you have that same response you eat for Teofimo Lopez after he beat Masayoshi Nakatani and beat Richard Comey for his first belt? And he only had 15 pro fights. He went in there negotiating higher pay to fight the number 2 pound for pound in Lomachenko. Did you have that same energy that you got for Norman?
Okay, but Brian Norman is not Teofimo Lopez for one. For two,
Man,
he
T.O. was Brian Norman when he fought Lomachenko.
Teofimo also went and took the fight. They wasn't gonna give Teofimo no more, no less. But guess what? What Teofimo got,
come on, man.
Brian Norman would have still been higher in percentage wise compared to his last payday. Brian Norman's last.
You're speaking of the Teofimo now.
No, I'm glad you said that
You're
because
talking to the Teofimo now.
But Teofimo, bro, let me finish. God damn, dog.
Go ahead, bro.
This is what I'm saying. What Teofimo got for Lomachenko was motherfucking goddamn 14 times what he should have got. What Brian Norman was getting for Boots was 18 times. So Brian Norman still would have came out on top. He would have still came out on top. It's coming from your base. It's coming from your base to your new peak. And his base was much lower than what Teofimo's base was. So in actuality, Brian Norman, percentage-wise, would have got more than 4 times more than what Teofimo would have got, bro. Come on, man. Ladies, y'all keep talking. I got to step away and do something real quick.
So I guess the point
Hold on, what just happened? Hold on, somebody just fell
that
off. Hold
you 2 cents fell off, but
on. Give me 1 second. I'm about
two
to switch to the other device. I'm bringing her up. So give me 1 second.
Both of these fighters are one fight in the game that everybody remember. You know what I'm saying? Centillion for Brian Norman, Stantionis for Boots. It's really no real separation there, except if you want to say Boots got two titles. He got one via email and he won the other one in the ring. Kudos to
the
him.
one that he got via email is not his fault, right?
Oh, it's
So
his fault.
and so okay, sure, we'll go with that. So
How was it his fault? Hold on, Ty.
Hey,
How was it his fault when the
just like
person that
y'all
had
act
the
like,
belt
hey,
didn't
look,
want
when
to
y'all
fight him?
Jerron Ennis,
How was that his fault?
right? Y'all say his promotion. When y'all talk about Jerron Ennis negotiate, y'all talk about his promotion. But when it comes to Norman, y'all talk about as if Norman is negotiating, like his father's negotiating. He's not the manager no more.
So tell him shut the hell up.
You know what I'm saying? You know, he can talk. It's a freedom of speech. Why are you so worried about another man talking? Did y'all tell Bill Haney to shut up? No, you didn't.
Bro, this is the thing too. You keep talking about hold on. You keep hold on, Ty. You keep talking about there's no separation in who they beat. It's a huge separation. It's a separation in the skill. It's a separation in the performances that they put on. It's a separation in the popularity. It's a huge separation between them. I don't even know how y'all even conjuring this stuff up in y'all consciousness.
That's
what I'm
saying.
It don't make no sense.
The only reason we even talking about Brian Norman Jr. is because his father keeps attaching himself to Boots. That's the only reason we're even talking about Brian Norman Jr. Because his father attaches himself to Boots.
And then he shouldn't, because there's so many
your
other great
frustration
fights at
is coming from.
147. Like,
I feel where your frustration is coming from, but I can name you 5 other fathers, and some of them are non-black, right? That are on a higher scale of irritation than what you consider Brian Norman Sr. to be on.
But we're not talking about them right now. We're not talking about them right now. We're talking about Brian Norman Sr. though.
And the same people
don't deflect. Don't deflect.
Schofield. People tired of his dad talking for him.
Right now, the topic is Brian Norman Sr. and the interview that he just did with KQKC. I don't know if that's what you came up here to talk about because you're all over the place. So let's stick to the topic at hand. And the topic is Brian Norman Sr. ruining his son's career, whatever little career he has.
At 24 years of age.
About him attaching himself to Boots Ennis, but then making sure that he has to jump through all of these hurdles to fight him. So the question that we were trying to decipher is, does Brian Norman Jr. also want to be undisputed? Because if he does not, then stop bringing up Jerron Boots Ennis. That's what the whole conversation is about.
I don't think Ennis want to be undisputed.
World Combat Sport, how many Brian Norman fights you been to?
Plenty, because I'm from the same town. So I knew him before.
Oh, you from Atlanta?
Look, I knew him before he was.
You in Atlanta?
He had the chip. Of course I am.
That explains a lot. That explains a whole lot.
That explains a lot because I'm media. What explains is that I cover fights at Top Rank and PBC. So that don't explain anything except, I cover boxing. But I have covered this
that explains a lot.
I have covered this.
How many fights has he had in his town? How many fights has he had in his own town?
Plenty. And you talking about with a belt? Of course, with a belt, we're not gonna say with a belt because we know.
So which fights did you go to though? Which fights did you see in person? World Combat Sport.
Plenty of fights. Just look on his resume and the ones that was.
No, I'm asking you which ones did you see in person? And if he's having so many fights in Atlanta, why hasn't he headlined one yet?
Look, I've went to plenty of his fights at whether it was at.
You keep saying plenty. Is that 3? Is that 4? Is that 5?
Plenty.
And who did he fight when you went?
I don't have to put a number on this. Plenty. Because you can go to plenty of fights when you're media. When you're media getting credentials, you go to several fights. You don't keep count. You just go to fights. OTX.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna tell you how many OTX fights, but I've been to plenty. OTX is down here. Atlanta.
No, I'm just asking because usually when it's your favorite fighter, like, I've been to this fight, this fight.
Bud is my favorite fighter. You know that. Bud is my favorite fighter. Okay.
Well, I mean, a fighter that you frequently follow, not necessarily your favorite.
With Norman, I just feel like his whole, his father is getting unnecessary, backlash because he's doing what so many other fathers have done up to this point.
Yeah, he's capping like so many other fathers have done. You absolutely right. No, I agree. I agree with you there.
Gets his ass mollywopped. Schofield gets his ass mollywopped. He's no different.
But the one thing about it, Ty, they haven't got Molly Wop yet. You're talking off emotion. They haven't got Molly Wop.
No, I'm not. We all criticize them for the shit that they say, for the things that the same thing that Brian Norman Sr. is doing. You're saying one thing and you're moving in a different direction. We have all criticized Bill Haney for the same thing. We've all just got on Schofield's ass about not pulling out of the Shakur fight. So yes, we have criticized him. Teofimo Crackhead Daddy, we've criticized him too. So don't say that we have not criticized the others when we have. It's just right now it's Brian Norman Sr.'s turn. And you know why it's his turn? Because he continues to make this YouTube tour with lies on his tongue.
And you're talking about Eddie Hearns is the sanctified priest that everybody should pay attention to. That's the biggest liar in the game right now. Boost just
where did that come from?
About it was 2 million. Boost just said to me, I sent them three offers. I sent them three, didn't send them shit. Nothing.
You know for a fact that they didn't get an offer to fight.
So why don't Brian Norman and Brian Sr. go ahead and move on instead of continuously acting like I don't get it. I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. And this is the issue. This is the issue.
Undisputed. He don't want it. Boost don't want Undisputed 47.
Come on, bro. He
wants to
I don't even know how you. Can you tell me how you got to that conclusion?
He wants to.
Can you tell me how you got to that conclusion?
Boost
so standing on this was easy. Standing on this was an easy fight because that wasn't what people were saying before the fight.
That's all. Gearsoft next. Is Gearsoft next or Brian Norman? Who did they call out?
Nobody was saying that standing on this was a cherry pick and an easy fight before the fight.
They used.
Oh my God, bro! I swear to God, I'm gonna start recording people before.
I'm gonna answer your question, but you can answer mine first. You said that Boost just want. No, I'm gonna answer your question, but I want to address something you just said. We can circle back to that. You just said that Boots wants easy fights. So standing on this was an easy fight. You thought that before the fight?
Stylistically, yeah. Stylistically, standing on this was an easy fight.
So you don't think stylistically Norman is an easy fight?
So stylistically for the Stantionis fight and Boots, did you have that as a 50-50 fight?
No, I said Boots was gonna wash him.
Okay, since you said Boots, I'm glad you said that. You said Boots.
Just like I think Boots gonna watch Norman too, but go ahead.
Okay, I knew you was going there, but let's get to what you said about Stantionis. You did not see that as a 50-50 fight. So therefore, let's do some numbers. Let's say, would you give it 80-20? You saw it as an 80-20 fight? So let's just say you did.
It's not that. I just felt like it was a bad style matchup. It was a terrible style matchup.
You knew he was gonna wash him. So how can Jaron Ennis be great off a fighter that you thought he was going to watch before the fight happened?
Because that's my opinion. There were tons of people saying, matter of fact, there was more people going, but hold on, let me finish. It was tons of people going against me with that sentiment, kind of like you and telling me I don't know shit about boxing. But then when he got washed, they started moving the goalposts, kind of like the stuff you saying, and saying he was sorry, he was a cherry pick, it was an easy fight.
Hey, I look at it like this. You said Boots was gonna wash him, which
that's my opinion. There were more.
No. Don't try to switch it up.
There were more people that thought that Stantionis was gonna be a good fight.
No, they thought, but it wasn't a 50-50, bro. So that's that. In that case, Boots cannot be catapulted to this great status off an opponent that you felt that he was gonna wash. What do they criticize Roy Jones?
So let me ask you a question.
Look, hold on.
Let me ask you a question.
Roy Jones, one of his criticisms for Roy Jones is that
we are not doing Roy.
Brian Norman's dad
won the 50-50 fight.
Brian Norman's dad picked him out to Stantionis and said that he was going to beat Boots. And so
I was just about to bring that up. But hold on, World Combat Sports. I also think Boots gonna watch Norman. So what does that mean?
Okay, look, you're saying that primarily based on how you feel about the fight. That's your unfavorable fighter, right? But when you say wash,
no, I'm saying that off the style matchup.
Hold up, you saying Boots Norman is not a 50-50 fight? We
no, absolutely not.
Right? It's not
right.
So
absolutely
therefore,
not.
What credit is Boots?
No fight at 47 is 50-50 for Boots, in my opinion.
The best press conference, Boots said, "Hey, he ain't really that good." So how are you gonna boost up and get people to pay for a fight when you're going in there with 2 cents mentality and say, "Oh, it's a lopsided fight. It's a one-sided fight." Boots is just going in there to get a title.
Bro, you just killed your own argument. You just killed your own argument. World Combat.
You said.
I know.
Boots is this great fighter. It's separation, but he's fighting low-tier opposition.
Right.
Stantionis was low tier. Brian Norman was low tier. Barrios get beat up. So we gonna respect him going in there for undisputed 147 based off low tier opposition?
It's not about a matter of respect. It's not his fault that the level of competition is not where people think that it should be versus his skill level. I'm not saying he ain't gonna get no respect
But
or
you
no
gonna give
credit.
him
Of
high
course he
praise.
is.
You gonna
Of
give him
course,
high
of
praise for
course.
Brian Norman and Barrios? You gonna give him high praise? Boots get high praise for undisputed at 47 off opponents
Boots
that you say
gets
he
the
was gonna watch.
credit. Boots gets the credit he deserved, just like every other fighter, for going and fighting and get the belts and doing what he said
No. That's
exactly
not what
he
you
is
were
that he
saying
wanted
about
to
Crawford,
do.
2 cents. That wasn't what you were saying about Crawford. So you're
What did I
backtracking.
not say about?
You're
No, I'm not.
backtracking. No, you're
First of all, it's
backtracking
a
because
difference
you
between
said
Crawford and
Crawford
Boots.
I
hasn't
don't
fought
understand
nobody.
why we talking about Crawford. Why y'all can't keep Crawford
I know
Johnson
you
out
don't
your
want
mouth,
I
bro?
know
I
you
don't
don't want to
understand.
relive that shit. I
Get
know
off
you
your
don't want to
knees,
relive it
bro.
because he
Niggas
beat
always want
AJ.
to talk about Crawford. I don't give a fuck.
Because he beat his ass. He beat
I
EJ
don't,
ass,
what does
y'all.
that
So
have to do
he
with
ain't fought
anything?
nobody.
What does that have to do with what we
You
talking
say
about?
he ain't fought
What
nobody.
does that have to do with what we talking
And I'm
about?
saying Jerron Ennis ain't fought nobody. Jerron Ennis ain't fought nobody.
If Jerron Ennis ain't
He
fought
ain't
nobody,
fought
then Brian
nobody.
Norman resume even worse. I don't understand why you keep saying that.
Both of them has a fight with Santillan. He went in his backyard and beat him up. Boots, he's scared to
That's
leave
one
Philly.
person. Boots have beat plenty
Boots
of
scared to
names.
leave
What are you
Philly,
talking
bro.
about?
Boots scared to leave Philly.
No, he's not scared to leave Philly. What Boots is doing, hold on, time out. What Boots is doing is building his fan base. So is Brian Norman scared to leave Atlanta? Because you just said you went to plenty of his fights in Atlanta. Is he scared to leave Atlanta?
Look, you got to think about how long he's had to
Answer
fight
the
and where.
question.
And look, since I am asking the question, since he got the title, where has he fought? Who he fight to get the title? First of all, who he fight?
Because he's building
No.
a
Listen,
fan base, bro.
hold on. Who did he fight to get the title? Brian Norman.
He didn't. Oh, Brian Norman.
He got in the email when motherfucker. He got in
But
the
who did he
email
fight
after
though? Who
Terrence
did he
Crawford
fight in his
fight.
backyard? Santillan, right? They put
He got in
Santillan
the
in
email.
there.
Actually, he got the email. Terrence Crawford emailed him the WBO.
Okay. We talking about emails. Boots, like I said, this proved my point. Boots got an email for the IBF. So we want to talk about emails. We want to talk about emails. Okay, now he got
Boots did
emails.
get an email. Boots
He
did
got an
get an
email.
email. You want me to tell you why Boots got an email? Because they
I
told
don't need
Terrence
to hear. I don't
no.
need to know.
You're not going to keep over talking me, bro. I've been letting you rock out. But look, they did give Boots an email. You know why? Because Terrence Crawford ducked him. Terrence Crawford sat there and said, it's too high risk. He said, no, Terrence Crawford, I can pull the video up. He said, why would I fight Jerron Ennis? He said, at my career right now, I'm looking for the biggest fights with the biggest money. He said, Jerron Ennis is too high of a risk and too low a reward. And I can pull it up, my nigga.
No. The critics said that, not Crawford.
The fuck he said, nigga.
The critics said that, not
that's
Crawford.
the fuck what he said, nigga.
Not Crawford that walks on water.
How can Jerron Ennis be a big risk and he ain't fought nobody?
Terrence Crawford said he's too high of a risk, too low reward. That's what the fuck Terrence Crawford said.
Very low reward. He got that right. Very low reward. He ain't getting shit for fighting Boots.
And very high risk. Very high risk.
So you tell me 4 division champion, 2-time undisputed, 18 already a Hall of Famer. Come on, Boots better step his game up, man.
How he a Hall of Famer? How he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Terrence Crawford already a Hall of Famer. When you're the first to do something, you've been on the pound for pound list longer than any other top elite fighters out here. You're going to the Hall of Fame.
His against Earl, but he shitted on Earl. So what's putting him in the Hall of Fame? He shitted on Earl Spence, which is his biggest name to date. So why would he be going to the Hall of Fame?
You see how he made that look,
out of his own mouth, Earl wasn't shit, basically. So why would he be going to the Hall of Fame? Who else is
No, he said Earl haven't did enough to get into the Hall of Fame. He didn't say he wasn't shit.
But Crawford has?
He just made him look like he wasn't shit.
Oh my God, this is.
I wish y'all could let this shit go, bro. This shit getting pathetic.
We
for
ain't
real.
gonna never let it go, 2 cents.
It's pathetic, bro.
You and the Errol Spence fans never let it go.
That's all I got to hold on to because that's his best.
I know. I'm gonna hold on to it too. Like I just got paid. That
What his cheating ass? What his cheating ass? He went to Tennessee. He got glove game. So we'll just let all those things marinate.
Hey, I don't know y'all like that, but salute to y'all. I'm not trying to have no enemies over here. Hey, y'all talk y'all boxing shit. It's all boxing.
Ain't nobody got no enemies with you. I don't even know you.
It's all boxing talk for me. But you ain't. Thanks for letting me on the panel, bro.
Why you think you got enemies? It's all boxing talk for everybody. What you talking about?
I'm trying to make no enemies, man.
You ain't gonna make no enemies. Nobody give a fuck about this shit like that.
Piss people off, man. Because I can
We'll
talk my
see you later. Pull up later. We'll be live on 2 cents tonight. You can come.
10:30 tonight, bro. Come on over.
Calm down. Hopefully you don't mute me over there.
This what they like to do. This what they like to do. They like to try to tell you to calm down and you getting emotional.
Yeah, because we women,
I
we
do owe
emotional.
you a
Meanwhile,
visit
he up
because
here
you did come to
lying.
my panel one time, so I do owe you that visit. You did come
Listen,
over to
let
my
me.
panel once. I
Yeah, it's all
respect that.
boxing talk,
I
bro. Ain't
respect that.
nobody. It's we just debating and boxing talk, bro. Ain't nobody
Nah, nah.
mad and emotional over this shit. We don't know these
Look,
niggas.
I'm gonna tell all y'all. Boots is not unifying 147. He's not doing it.
He's already
Well,
unified
we know
right now,
because
bro.
Brian Norman
He's
Jr.
not
is
He's
done.
unifying
already
for
unified.
undisputed.
He's
He's
already
not
unified.
unifying for
Where I'm at.
undisputed, bro. He's not
He's already
being
unified.
undisputed.
We
He's
know
too
that
fucking
because
big.
Brian Norman Jr. is
But let me
ducking. We know
No,
hold on. Let me
no,
ask you a question, World Combat
it's
Sports. Let
two
me ask you a
champions.
question real
It's
quick. Let me
Mario
ask you a question.
Norman Jr.
Would you
Boxing
continue to go for undisputed if you're gonna continue to be lowball? Would you
So
continue
you
to go for undisputed if you're gonna
so you
continue to be
think
lowball?
so you think it's that difficult for them? Look, Eddie Hearns, who paid for Karen not to fight in Germany, to fight in Boots' backyard, paid extra money. Then Boots, out of his own mouth, just said he took less money to fight Stantioni, so he wouldn't give a non-black fighter
So he's willing
the
to give a bigger
servitude.
name,
The
bro. A
servitude he
bigger
won't give
name.
Brian Norman because Brian Norman and
Why y'all
Stantioni
gotta
was
play
around
the
the
black
same, right?
card? Like that shit
You know,
crazy, bro.
you
Oh
know
man,
what?
Brian
Some
Norman ain't a
protocols.
victim, bro.
hey, Boots
You
only
know
fight one
something?
black fighter, bro, on his
They
whole
offer
career.
him
Hey, World,
1.7
come back.
million.
Hey, World, come back. I'm gonna give you one better, bro, and I'm gonna do you one better, right? If you go to the Hole in Wall Hood Club, you gotta pay $5 to get in. If you go to the club in Vegas, you gotta pay at least $150 to get in, and you're gonna pay that $150 to get in because you know it's better quality inside the door. So you know sometimes better quality you pay more. Just like if you go to Walmart and get some meat there, and you go to Publix, it's different value on that meat. It's different value on different products. Brian Norman was worth what he's worth. Stanionis worth what he worth. This is the same amount of Stanionis that got 1.5 million to step aside from Earl Spence. That's been on Earl Spence cards. That was also scheduled to fight Virgil Ortiz for $3.5 million for a title fight. That's that Stanionis. And then we got Brian Norman Jr. making $150,000 to fight on a female's undercard that
Hey, you
just
got
won
to
the
start
title fight.
somewhere, bro.
It just exactly when you start somewhere, yes, you're starting. You just can't start and then jump into the 12th inning either though. You can't just start at the
Hey,
beginning and then
Boots
want to
ain't
get
in
to
the
the
12th
finish line.
inning. He just got off the shelf. He was locked in
This
with
is too
Victory
much for
Boxing
me.
Promotion. You
Okay.
know,
This is too
Victory
much for
Boxing
me.
Promotion had this dude
This
in a
guy
legal
can't.
Wait.
bond. He
Okay.
couldn't even
This guy
step
can't
and
even
fight
be
10
honest,
fights.
man.
And then he had the
This
situation with
dude
Wild
is not
Promotion
honest,
with
yo.
Cameron
Is that
Duncan.
supposed to be a
Honest. He
shot?
He
obviously
Is
had
that
to,
is that
lied.
he
supposed to
was
be a
still,
shot?
hey, he
But he
had
was
to
This
give
still
him
making
guy.
his
money
man,
though,
you
bro.
know.
He still was making money.
Dude has been
He
making
still
He's
was
still
making
a
portions.
bigger
money.
star than Brian
Norman
Norman
still
Jr. That's all there is to that.
Norman still was getting under 100,000. Like he got his belt for under
Hey, I
100,000.
don't have nothing to do
Like
with that. You're right. I can't
Listen,
debate that. He's still getting
Brian
his
exactly,
Norman
you
is
money.
don't
a
have
good
to.
fighter. He's
He
at
a
the
good little
beginning
fighter.
of building
Hey, both
himself.
Boots and Brian is
He's at
good.
the beginning of building himself up and building his fan base. Him and his father have decided to attach their names to Boots Ennis, which is cool. That's what fighters
Nah,
do. He's
I hate
attached his
that.
name to Boots. He on the internet.
I
He
hate that.
talking. He got us talking about Norman. He got everybody speaking about Norman. People gonna be looking out for Norman. They gonna want to see his next fight. They gonna want to see how good
Not
he fight.
really.
Listen, it's great marketing.
Not really.
We
hey, two
talking
cents.
Not.
and people gonna be looking for him. It's
Two
great.
cents.
Not.
But
Can we
let's
I'm
agree?
not
just be
checking for him.
realistic though. Let's just be
I'm not
realistic is
checking
all
for
I'm
the
saying.
nigga. If we keeping it a stack, I'm not checking for the nigga. But continue.
Hey, 2 cents. What can we agree that Jerron Ennis should reimburse Crawford for clout chasing the shit out his name?
How?
He should
This is too
compensate
much
that
for me.
man
He
ASAP.
was his mandatory. How
Brian
did he
Norman,
clout
No, it's
chase
it's
him?
frustrating.
it's
It's
compensation.
frustrating because this man talking about Norman is clout
Why
chasing him when
the
he
fuck
was
he
clout
keep
chasing
on bringing
Crawford.
up Bud Crawford, yo?
World
Every
Combat Sports is
Ron
the
ever
Get
perfect
off your
thing. And
knees, my
y'all,
guy.
y'all remember
tell
what
that
I
nigga
said?
to get
Boots is
Crawford
getting all
name
that
out his
hate
mouth.
because he
This
challenged
guy gotta
Crawford.
get off his knees, yo. He gotta get
Nobody's
off his
even
knees.
talking about
He didn't
Crawford.
challenge. He
Crawford
didn't
is
challenge
busy
Crawford.
ducking the
He was
154
clout
division. We're
chasing
not talking
Crawford.
about Crawford. Crawford is
Buttercup.
busy ducking the
Clout chasing
154
Crawford.
division. We're not talking about
Oh,
Crawford.
so a man that's a 4 division champion is ducking, but you say the same for Canelo just
Yeah,
because he didn't go up the
yeah. He
cruiserweight
ducked
and
the
fight
Yeah,
one
same
Chicago?
for Canelo.
He
He
ducked
Yep,
and
ducked the
fight
same
shit
for
on the
out of
Canelo.
David
cruiserweight.
Benavidez.
Yep.
Okay,
If he wasn't, then he
I
would
can
fight.
agree
No,
with
hold on,
that. He
hold on.
did duck
If Crawford
Benavidez. He
not
did duck
ducking,
Benavidez.
why he ain't gonna fight Olisny
Ducked the
Iglesias
shit
at
out of him for 3
160?
years. Sure did.
Hey, I have only a certain range in what a fighter is doing within their team. I can only speak from the outside in. You know, we all doing that. So some areas I'm not going to be able to say, okay, why they made that decision. I don't know. I just know both fighters are finally spreading their wings, and it'll be a good fight for them to link up right now, especially after the split.
Y'all gotta stop talking about them like they on the same ground and equal footing, bro. That's just not true. No, they not.
Yeah, they is.
No, they not, bro.
Do you think he should go take that fight in Japan?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know why? That give him international exposure. Unlike
that shit don't work like that.
Philly.
That shit don't.
Yeah, dude.
That shit don't work like that.
I'm just running your thought process. That's all. I was just running your thought process. Okay.
They talking about fighting deal soft,
right.
yo.
Exposure first.
You just see deal soft on the undercard.
So it's a step in building himself. Do you see that as a step in building his body?
Deal soft again at Wells
If Brian Norman was such a name, why the fighter not coming here to fight him? Why he going to Japan? Why the Japanese fighter ain't coming here and fight him in Atlanta, where you said he's scared to leave because that's where he always fight?
That's a good question. Top Rank only came to the A once, and you know, boxing just ain't blossomed. It's not popping down here like that with the top.
But you say you went to plenty of fights, so he fight down there a lot.
So what? It can be regional promotions. Why you keep acting like it's supposed to be PBC and Top Rank? We're talking about regional promotions.
I'm not talking about PBC. I'm saying that if Brian Norman was who you saying he is, this fight where he about to fight in Japan, it will be a home fight, main event. It's in his own hometown in Atlanta that he's scared to leave because you said he got plenty of fights out there. That's what will be happening. So obviously he's still being built right now because they're not making this fight a main event in his hometown. He has to go across the waters and go fight in Japan.
Not that easy. How can you say Boots, on the other hand, has the promoter in Eddie Hearns, right? And that is so-called the A side, and Brian Howard to bring the fight to the A. It don't work like that. You know that. It doesn't work like that. How are they going to say, okay, if you
so Brian Norman not the A side is what you're saying?
I'm down to the against Boots? No, because he.
No, I'm talking about no. You talking about another fight? I'm talking about the Japanese fighter. Is he the A side against the Japanese fighter?
He's the champ. You know,
is he the A side?
You know, Jinsaki, he's the champ.
Is he the A side? He is the A side,
but I don't know. I'm letting him
just hear me. How can Jinsaki not be the A? How can Jinsaki be the A side and he's going over there to Japan to fight him?
Jinsaki is the A side, bro.
No. Exactly, or he wouldn't be going to Japan, bro.
So it's okay to go and get international exposure.
Jinsaki is making the most money. He's bringing Brian Norman over there. He is clearly the A side.
Y'all be riding these foreign fighters like it's cool. Y'all be giving them the hall pass. Like
you don't know this out, bro. So when Canelo Alvarez, fuck this shit, dog. So when Canelo Alvarez was sitting there fighting motherfucking Dimitri Bivol, who the fuck was the goddamn A side then, dog? I've been letting you push this dumbass shit this whole time.
Is Jinsaki a motherfucking champion, nigga? Is he a champion?
It don't matter if you a goddamn
Is he a fucking champion?
Being a champion don't make you A side, bro.
Was Canelo the 175
Bivol was a champion.
Nigga, shut your goddamn meat munching ass.
Bivol was a champion.
Yeah, champion doesn't make you the A side. I think he's misinformed, y'all.
Bitch ass nigga. World comeback softer than a bitch ass nigga. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. I've been letting your fuck ass rock this whole goddamn time, and you can't stop sucking goddamn dick like you obsessed about this. You need to go to step one, nigga. Step motherfucking one. Hi, my name is World Comeback Sports, and I suck dick. Boo this man. The fuck? Like, nigga. Like, let this nigga rock out this whole time. This nigga can't stop. Nigga won't stop gargling, dog. Suck dick.
I mean, I can understand, but y'all just not being realistic, bro. And I know when I'm cooking because niggas continuously try to tell me I don't know what I'm talking. This nigga came up here and told me I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes, he did. He said on another panel.
That's why this motherfucker. That's why that motherfucker can't do it on his channel. Cause nobody come back to your goddamn channel, nigga. Your channel has been out of service for so fucking long, nigga. For so long.
Damn.
I've been trying to sit there and let this shit goddamn chill, bro. But then when you start doing all that goddamn shit and then you gonna sit there and do that shit, nigga, fuck all that shit.
And he been to plenty of fights, can't tell us which one.
Ain't no more respect, nigga. Ain't no more respect.
Well, if you want to debate me, World Combat Sports, you can come through tonight 10:30.
Damn, we didn't even get to the video, Upper. We didn't even get to the video.
Man, fuck that video now, man. Like, You try to give a motherfucker respect, they take that shit too goddamn far, man. Goddamn. I've been letting this motherfucker talk that dumbass shit for this whole goddamn time. I even took myself off the panel so I wouldn't have to say shit. But goddamn, nigga. Like, you gonna sit there and compare motherfucking Brian Norman and Boots. Like, Boots is not 34-0 with 30 goddamn knockouts.
Bringing
nigga.
up Bud every 5 minutes.
And like, nigga, nigga, you like goddamn Bud done cracked your back or something, nigga. Like, goddamn.
Oh, I made a lot of Bud buddies pissed off up into the lead up to that Terrence Crawford fight.
Like,
I pissed off a lot of Bud buddies.
That shit was until 2023. They won't even let that go. That's what, 2 years ago?
Like, bro, like, you sitting there talking about this shit. If you take away Earl Spence off Terrence Crawford fucking resume, him and Boots have a similar fucking resume. I said it and I mean it.
That's my point. That's
him
my
and Boots
point.
has Jerron Ennis has the same resume as Bud without the motherfucking goddamn, if you take Earl off. He's talking about.
Like I said, the only reason Brian Norman Jr.'s name is even buzzing is because they keep attaching it to
I felt like Soldier Boy. Ricky Burns. You know how he was like, Dre. So, why, you know you my nigga, dog. But you know how he was like, well, who does Boots have a Ricky Burns? Ricky Burns? I could say Stanley Otis for Burns. I could say motherfucking Sergey Lipinets. He talking about Sergey Lipinets. You talking about the one that Mikey Garcia beat? Mikey Garcia also beat the shit out of Adrian Broner. And he also beat the shit out of undefeated Robert Easter. So losing to Mikey Garcia ain't shit. Like, come on, man. Like, nigga, you was picking, choosing, moving the goddamn motherfucking damn goalposts every goddamn where. And shout out to everybody that supported the grind. Y'all know I appreciate y'all because I'm probably going to get another time out today. But that's why I say tomorrow I'll be back on my regular channel. But anybody that want to hit the Cash App or the PayPal, it's all right there on the bottom of the screen. You know, I appreciate all y'all, man. But I try to let the motherfucker rock out, man. There's only so much I can take. Then I got the whole chat screaming to me like, get this nigga the fuck off. Like, I'm like, damn, the whole chat telling me to get it off. I'm like, Dre, Ricky Burns. And like, I would have rather him say Uriokas Gamboa. Like, Uriokas Gamboa was way better than Ricky Burns. Uriokas Gamboa was the Cyclone de Guantanamo. Like, that was the toughest nigga on his resume before Earl Spence was Ricky Burns. I mean, not Ricky Burns. He got me saying Ricky Burns. Uriokas Gamboa. And then he talked about 2 Cent. No, I said, bro, I take 2 Cent over you. He ain't like that right there. I said 2 Cent. Know what she talking about, bro? Like,
we got an existing little beef.
See, that's what happened when niggas eat dick up to their hiccup. Like, they eat dick up to their hiccup. Now his decision is corrupt.
It's just another bullshit argument we finna have to. Well, I know if you don't want to, just another bullshit debate we gonna keep having. But this
nigga is not even a Brian Norman Jr. fan. He's just mad because Boots.
He just want to hate on Boots.
He mad because Boots pressed Terrence Crawford. Now he trying to discredit Boots all the while because Boots pressed Terrence Crawford. That's all the fuck that shit was. Because Boots made Terrence Crawford butthole pucker. He's mad right now. He's about to go defend his master. Like, nigga, please. Like, niggas like this, boy, I tell you, niggas and flies. There's 2 things I despise, niggas and flies.
What did something happen with KO and Norman too?
Oh, he went in KO.
Oh, he was talking cash shit about KO when he first came on the panel.
On KQ?
Yeah, that was him last night that I timed out.
Matter of fact, let me play the video too. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me show y'all how he disrespected KQKC at the end.
Because I didn't see it.
Yeah, he disrespected the shit out of KQKC at that.
But let me say this to y'all. Why is he being disrespectful, right? I mean, listen, I like Bill. I like Bill, right? He did
because
they don't know how to handle the media.
When a feminine energy gets into their femininity, they don't give a fuck who they snap on. That's like you got a ghetto ass broad and you take her out and she starts snapping. That's what a fucking ghetto broad does. You know it.
He started getting disrespectful because we were asking questions that he really didn't want to answer.
He say, no, we ain't gonna do this, and we give different reasons about why we won't do this and why we won't do that. That ain't how it's working. It's simple as we said we want the winner. The winner said he don't know what the fuck you want to do, but we the ones done.
And that's cat.
I got to go to the gym, man. My boy at the gym waiting on me, man. We got business to handle, all right?
Okay. I appreciate it, Brian, man. All right.
Man, no problem, man. Hey, listen, you know I always get alive in this motherfucker when I get on, boy. I bring the hate out, baby. I bring them out. Bring them out. Hey, listen, y'all keep hating. Look, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Y'all keep hating. The ones that hating, keep hating. The supporters keep supporting. We appreciate you. If you jump ship and you don't want to support no more, I mean, that's fine too. Whatever, you got to understand. If y'all was dead today, nobody will miss you. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? Nobody but your family will miss you. I'm not even saying that to be negative. If I was died today, nobody will miss me. Nobody but my family will miss me. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, each individual is each individual. The world is a big place. It's billions of trillions of people on earth. Hey, man, you can't worry about what a few say. I'm not worried about that. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep achieving. We're going to keep reaching. And
Hey, hold on one second. Tanya Johnson, you absolutely right. World Comeback Sports has never been to a Brian Norman fight. He has never been to one. That's why he couldn't name it. That's why he couldn't name one, because he's never been. They say, I never been. He ain't never been.
We're going to get where we got to be at. I'm going to holler at y'all.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I was trying to get that in, but man, he's a hard guy to interview because he won't stop. He won't stop. Man, he won't stop. I appreciate you, Kai. I already told him that though, and he don't give a shit. None of that. But anyway, I saw you.
Hey, J.A. Dixon, World Comeback Sports ain't gonna have nobody but about 5 people over there, man. He ain't gonna. Why you think he be over here? World Comeback Sports. World Comeback Sports ain't gonna have but 5 motherfuckers on his damn channel. Nobody watch World Comeback Sports no more. Like that nigga channel is about as packed as a goddamn a motherfucking church doing COVID recession.
Not a COVID recession.
Yeah,
that's so hard to do that with him. You know, he just You know, I couldn't get my questions in. You know, the phone was interrupting. No, but he just about the baddest Bill Haney almost. I don't know, cause see, I don't know the everything he went through, going through. I do know about that. When he turned down that fight, I know he ducked that fight. But I tried to do the best I could with him, and but he just kept on phone ringing, kept on talking, So I don't know. So hold on.
Shout out to my brother Kevin Livingstone in the Cash App. He say these dudes argue false facts with no integrity. Exactly, brother. That's all they do is argue false facts, no integrity. These niggas don't have no integrity, bro. They don't.
Okay, yeah. So it was a great interview. It was a great interview, though. Okay, it was a great interview and everything. So, but I'm about to get out of here. I hope everybody enjoyed it. All right. Oh, there goes Brian right there.
Yes, I'm glad I'm smarter than the average player. You pussy motherfucker. Oh, you thought you was gonna come on me and roast me or something? I just happened to click that cross. Let me see what this nigga say. Well, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. The boat you came on, your own. I don't care about none of this shit. Wait, no, nigga, fuck you. Fuck you ain't trying to press shit. You wasn't gonna press it. Wait, nigga, wait. You wasn't gonna press it. No, I heard what you were saying, nigga.
I know you heard what I said, but I'm not.
I heard exactly what you said. You wasn't gonna press shit. No, wait.
I was gonna press you as you some other.
You wasn't gonna press shit, nigga. You talking about I duck something? How the fuck I duck anything? That you know what, bro?
Look how emotional he is.
Well, fuck you.
Look how emotional.
What did he say? What did he say to make him go off like that?
Because he was talking to me. Because I said, why you ain't pressing?
I sure what the specifics are, whatever else, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Brian Norman, Brian Norman Sr.
I think it was
He
a
didn't say nothing to
misunderstanding.
make
I
him
think it
come
was a
on there and do that.
misunderstanding, y'all.
No,
and
he was
Ty.
responding to me. He didn't rewind it back farther enough. But I told him in the chat. I said, "Oh, gee, you should have pressed him." So he said I was going to press him, but he's
Right.
hard to interview. Blah
I
blah blah.
did rewind it
That's when
back.
he came back.
If you sit there and look,
Right.
Ty, he was on there before he went off. But what I'm saying is, me and Ty had been talking shit to the man the whole time. And whenever he say
I
something
wasn't
about what
talking
I
shit. I
say,
was asking questions.
well, you know, when you talking shit whenever you ask the truth.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was asking the man the truth. He tried to call Ty idiot.
No, Upper. You wasn't asking. You said he living off his son. He got debt to pay.
He was.
Upper, you said that to that man?
What you say, Up?
I'm upset because when he said, my son, now my son can take care of me. I'm upset.
That's
So
what I'm
he
saying. That's gonna
debt.
make somebody be disrespectful. He can't be on the internet because people are going to provoke you, bro. They're gonna get you
No,
off
that's
the
not.
square.
No.
They're gonna get you
Before
off
that
the
happened,
square.
now see, Ty, you making me seem like the bad guy. Now making me seem like the bad guy. Before I say
Wait a
something
minute.
about him living
Is that
through,
what you said?
no, listen. Before I say something about him living through his son, what did he say to me first, Ty?
I'm sorry.
What did he say to me first? First,
No,
he tried to say that
he called me an idiot. Then he called you a dumbass. Yes, he did.
Yeah, because the motherfucker sat there and said that his son is the youngest boxer to do it, to be 23 and have the belt. And I said, well, Bam Rodriguez did it. And he said, Bam Rodriguez is 25, you dumbass. And I said, well, he won the belt when he was 22, you dumbass. Like, and then he tried to move the goalpost, was like, what you don't understand is I'm not talking about how old they is now. I'm talking about that's not what the fuck you said. See, he kept moving the damn goalposts, and every time I caught him on it or Ty caught him on it, he would get mad and start lashing out. So now you done called me outside my name. So once you done called me outside my
all
name,
bets are off. Yeah.
Yeah, like you done called me outside my name. Now, nigga, you about to get everything now. So yeah, he kept fake calling himself. Like motherfuckers know what happens when your phone ringing.
Damn, why you say he fake calling himself up? Why you doing like that? Why you doing like that?
Man, 2 cents. The nigga was pressing the volume button because it did the half ring in the middle of it. And I'm like, yeah, that's the volume. That's what I used to do when I didn't want my wife to bother me. Like I act like somebody called, oh baby, I gotta take this call. Like, nigga, I know what you did. So he doing that shit talking about, man, my phone ring-a-ling-a-ling and is nigga, you're not Kevin Gates, nigga. And I said, if it is, that's the bill collectors calling you about you refinancing your house because you're living off your son because nigga, all you doing is ask for money. That right there shows me that you in some type of debt. And I said, if motherfuckers is calling you like that, bro, that's bill collectors right there, bro. Bill collectors the only people I know that's that damn vicious. Like the way he was acting like they was calling him every 2 seconds.
It might have been his woman. It could have been his woman.
Not even your
Or
woman.
his man, whatever your preference is.
That
Who
was
knows?
Bill
He always on Mill City. It was probably Mill City ass. He always up there.
But then he got mad.
I don't. But what did KQ say to trigger him like that? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, Bill, y'all gotta control yourselves. Y'all gotta be under control. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They get moved off their square so easily.
Like,
yep.
He was just mad, bro. Like he was mad because he had got caught in so many lies. But here, you can see what KQ said. Because KQ, after he got off, KQ was like, well, damn, I ain't really get a chance to ask him the harder questions.
Because I said, why you ain't pressing?
No, I heard KQ say that. That's why I'm like, KQ didn't say nothing to warrant that response.
Like I said, man, we just a father-son duo that been taking heat, that's been hated. Been hated everywhere we go. You ask, why would he be hated? That nigga don't smoke, that nigga don't drink, that nigga don't party, he don't do nothing bad. We talking about my son now. He ain't disrespectful, he ain't none of that. You feel what I'm saying? But I like it because this is one of the lessons that I teach in my life about people and about trusting people and why you don't trust people and all of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So it's really just a lesson. It's really it's all just a lesson. You know what I mean? Like it's not how right you are, what good you do or what good where your mind is. It doesn't matter. If a person don't want to listen, then they just, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. You feel me?
Right. I hear you. We got Ty Draper. She said, does your son want to be undisputed? in the 147 division. Is Boots next?
He's going to. Yes, he's going to be undisputed at the welterweight division. He gonna fight whoever, whatever. We gonna build our brand other way. We can put pressure on whoever, whatever, and we gonna get it done. Simple as that. That's no matter who at the division, with or without them. We gonna get it done.
So that's what Ty was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Again, my son 24. He got a lot of years. He got a lot of years to go. Hopefully, God willing, he got a lot of years to go. He if he stay healthy or whatever. I retired at 31. So God willing, he got a lot of years to go, and he can take it further and further. He's off to a fantastic start. 27-0, 21 knockouts, 24 years old. That's a phenomenal start. He already at the top of the division. Whether you want to call it 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to call it, he's still at the top of the division. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's already in the history books as the WBO world champion, the guy. I mean, if you want to move from 140, if you want to come down to 154, if he want to go to 154 and challenge for the WBO, he have these options to do it at this moment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's a wonderful position to be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but hey, for the people who say that we want to wait anybody out, why don't they?
That's me. He talking about, like, he keeps saying anytime I say something, he say for the people. Anytime you hear him say for the people who say
he's speaking of you. He just want to put an address on it.
Yeah,
basically.
Because I was going there, he and I noticed he see everything I say.
Yep.
I'm so curious. Why don't they just ask him to fight us, or why he won't fight us?
And then when he said that, I say, and then I said they did try to fight y'all. They did come to you. I said they brought you a contract. How much more do you need a nigga to say? Nigga, you took off. But
I'm so curious about that. That'd be the craziest thing I'd be wanting to know and that's why I say it'd be so simple. Well, I could say it over and over and over and over again. Ain't nobody chasing.
You want to be chased, nigga.
Or trying to back us in the corner while we say, no, we ain't gonna do this, and we give different reasons about why we won't do this and why we won't do that. That ain't even how it's working. It's simple as we said we want the winner. The winner said he don't know what the fuck he want to do, but we the ones ducking.
And he can say that though. He don't have to fight y'all.
My boy at the gym waiting on me, man. We got business to handle, all right?
Okay. I appreciate it, Brian.
Now he not about to say nothing.
Hey, you know, I always get around this motherfucker when I get on, but I bring the hate out, baby. I bring them out. Bring them out. Hey, listen, y'all keep hating. Look, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Y'all keep hating. The ones that hating, keep hating. The supporters keep supporting. We appreciate you. If you jump ship and you don't want to support no more, I mean, that's fine too. Whatever, you got to understand. If y'all was dead today, nobody will miss you. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? Nobody but your family will miss you. I'm not even saying that to be negative. If I was out today, nobody will miss me. Nobody but my family will miss me. You feel what I'm saying?
And then he tried to clean it up, but he tried to tell motherfuckers, just know, if you was dead today, won't nobody miss you but your family. Like, he was trying to say that shit. Now, I wanted to tell the nigga, motherfuckers will miss me more than miss you in my hood, nigga, my city, my world, bro. Like, nigga, they won't miss your ass. Like, nigga, I can hide your motherfucking body and won't nobody even look for you except your family, nigga. But motherfucker, but you know.
But the fact that you call back yelling, the fact that you call back yelling.
That's why I said I know he was watching today's show, because anytime you speak to him or his son, his narcissistic ass is watching. He cannot let it go. That's why he was on KO's show. That nigga be on every show.
Hey, I'm gonna be talking to you tonight about you tonight, 10:30, 2 cents boxing.
I know, and I think
2 cents after dark.
Ninja watching. Like, he ninja watches everything, dog, but watch.
Each individual is each individual. The world is a big place. It's billions of trillions of people on earth. Hey, man, you can't worry about what.
And it ain't no trillion people on earth, you dumbass. It's billions. Like, you call motherfuckers dumbass, you dumbass. It ain't no trillions of people on earth. It's billions. China has 1/6 of the world's population. It's not more than 10 billion people in the world, you dumbass. Since you want to call people dumbasses, though, you dumbass. But here.
A few say. I'm not worried about that. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep achieving. We're going to keep reaching. And we're going to get where we got to be at. I'm going to holler at y'all.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Ty, I was trying to get that in. But, man, He's a hard guy to interview because he won't stop. He won't stop. Man, he won't stop. I appreciate you, Kai. I already told him that though, and he don't give a shit. None of that. But anyway, I saw you. Ty, you wanted me to press him, man. It just was so hard to do that with him. You know, he just You know, I couldn't get my questions in. You know, the phone was interrupting. No, but he just about the baddest Bill Haney almost. I don't know, cause see, I don't know the everything.
Now notice the only thing KQ said was he just kept going. He just kept going. I couldn't get nothing in, right? And
Exactly. He wanted to call back and do that.
No, he does that anyway. I told you he's a narcissist. And he just sat back in the background. That's what he did. And he said, Ty, I know you want me to press him, but I couldn't even get my questions off because the man kept going. That's all KQ said now.
Right. He was talking to Ty, not
he was talking to Ty.
Yeah.
Now watch.
Thing, you know, he went through, going through. I do know about that when he turned down that fight. I know he ducked that fight, you know, but I tried to do the best I could with him. And
here you go.
Know, but he just kept on phone ringing, kept on talking, you know. So I don't know. So hold on.
And there he go.
Okay, yeah. So yeah. So it was a great interview. It was a great interview though. Okay. It was a great interview and everything. So but I'm about to get out of here. I hope everybody enjoyed it. All right. Oh, there goes Brian right there.
Yes, I'm glad I'm smarter than the average bear. You pussy motherfucker. You thought you was gonna come on here and roast me or something? I just happened to click back on and see what this nigga say. Bro, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. The boat you came on your own. I don't care about none of this shit. Wait, no, nigga, fuck you. Fuck you ain't trying to press shit. You wasn't gonna press it. Wait, nigga, wait. You wasn't gonna press it. No, I heard what you were saying, nigga.
I know you heard what I said, but I'm not.
I heard exactly what you said. You wasn't gonna press shit. You no, wait.
I was gonna press you some other.
You ain't gonna press shit, nigga. You talking about I duck something? What the how the fuck I duck anything that you know what, bro?
This makes me so fucking mad. This makes me so angry. It makes me so angry.
Hold on, y'all. Listen to this, right? KQ never said nothing about pressing. He answered Ty's question. He was reading Ty's question, and he was like, "Yeah, I couldn't get no more questions out." But that nigga right there, what was a sneak diss, Tanjiro?
That shit just angered me so bad, bro.
What's up, Tanjiro? Bro, I've been putting up with your shit for a little
while.
Don't
let it get in your spirit.
I'm about to leave you up to Ty, buddy. I'm about to let Ty do whatever she want to do, bro. Because like the other day, he saved you, but I'm about to just tell Ty to go ahead. Like this motherfucker did not sneak this. What he said was, exactly what he said was, he read what Ty said, and he said I didn't get more questions out. He said the only thing I can say is that they ducked, which they did. Now KO got some shit for them to talk about tonight. I bet he won't come to KO channel.
Now KO not live tonight. He live tomorrow.
But guess what? I was live right here, and I know he was in here because we had over 140 people at one point. So I know he was here because he was a narcissist. I know he was here. He know he was here. We both know what's up. He know what's up. And like I said, I appreciate everybody that saluted the grind today. Everybody that distributed in the cash app, because I know he the type of people that'll put a motherfucking drop a dime on a nigga. I know he gonna drop a dime on a nigga because he just looked like the snitching type. I'm just being honest. He just looked like the snitching type. I know his type. Motherfucker put some shit up there that they don't like. They tell him. Y'all already know. But listen to the rest of this shit. But he was talking about how gangster and how emotional these young kids is. But hell, he look like the assassin. Well, listen to this.
I heard. Well, fuck you.
It's billions of trillions of people on Earth. Hey man, you can't worry about what a few say. I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep achieving. We're gonna keep reaching, and we're gonna get what we got to be at. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Okay, all right. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. See something, then he lost
I was trying to
it.
get
It's like
that
he
in.
flipped out.
Man, he's a hard guy to interview, but he won't stop. He won't stop. Man, he won't stop. I appreciate you, Kai. I already told him that though, and he don't give a shit.
Took him out.
But
yeah, he
but
called his
anyway,
own. He called his own
I saw you.
y'all. He gave us a whole story behind his son was a bitch and all this shit.
It was so hard to do that with him. You know, he just
no, he did not say that.
I couldn't get my questions
in.
Are
you being facetious?
No.
Who asked me that?
But he just about to battle Bill Haney.
Did he call his son a bitch?
Yes, he did. I don't know. He said, "I get my son has some bitch in him. I get the bitch out of him."
This is what I'm saying, bro. This is why I made my statement. I be encouraging the young man because sometimes your parents don't. And I just be trying to encourage the young man. That's it. That's all my comment was from the beginning. That's the only reason I'm up here, just to encourage the young man. And that's it. I just encourage him, right, Norman, bro.
That's why I said.
So
I like.
I don't know.
I just don't like the father.
Hold on.
He said when his son was 4, he was a bitch.
Okay, yeah. So it was a great interview. It was a great interview, though.
But I want y'all to hear the femininity.
It was a great interview and everything. So
this nigga's like a score.
But baby, I'm about to get out of here. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Baby daddy got me.
Oh, there go Brian right there. Yes,
I'm glad I'm smarter than the average player. You pussy motherfucker. You thought you was gonna come on here and roast me or something? I just happened to click back on. So let me see what you say. Well, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. The boat you came on, your own. I don't care about none of this shit. Wait, no, nigga, fuck you. Fuck you and trying to press shit. You wasn't gonna press it. Wait, nigga. Wait. You wasn't gonna press it. No, I heard what you were saying, nigga.
I know you heard what I said, but I'm not.
I heard exactly what you said. You wasn't gonna press shit. You no, wait.
I was gonna press you some other.
You wasn't gonna press shit, nigga. You to my duck something. How the fuck I duck anything that you know what, bro? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, fuck you.
Well, fuck you. Hey, the way KQ hit that, well, fuck you. But yeah, that nigga right there. If you close your eyes, that could have been a bitter baby mama cussing you out because she just found out you got another female pregnant, dog. That's the way that conversation could have went, dog. Like, you got that big pregnant, fuck you. That nigga was mad.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that, talking to KQ like that. That's an older man, you know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is, you feel some type of way because.
Hold on, that was Brian Norman Sr. cussing out KQKC, Miss Ashley Corner. On today's show, Brian Norman was getting put in his place. Then he started snapping out like a.
Hey, he wanted to be the talk of the town. He the talk of the town now. He might as well. He better use this energy properly.
Hell, he ain't, because he called his son. He called his son a bitch. He said, "I got my son from his mama when she was
earlier in the interview because something like he said he had to take him from the mother because he had bitch tendencies." And I said, "I wonder where he got it from." You know, I
said it too. Hey, look. Remember, Ty? I said that and said, "I know exactly who he got the bitch
from you." Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we were kind of.
No, that was after he called us idiots and shit. I didn't start going in
immediately though. I went at his ass immediately because I already know how niggas like him give it up. So I went at him immediately. Where are you? Are you gonna fight Boots? Don't come up here talking about what happened when your son was 2 years old. I don't care. You was already
I didn't
late.
go at him till he called me a dumb. I didn't go at him till he called me a dumbass. Then I was like, okay, we there now.
Yeah, he called me an idiot when I asked him why he turned down 1.7. He called me an idiot, and from there it was up. So whatever.
Yeah, it was up once he called me a dumbass. I said, "Oh, we there then, nigga. We are there."
Yeah, and then the talking about KO and just disrespecting him, and because who asked him, was that him in the chat? Oh, KQ asked him, was that him in the chat? He said, yeah, that's when he wanted his whole rant about KO. So,
he mad because KO fried him.
Yeah, and I didn't know that was him that I timed out.
Timed him out, but I need all y'all to get y'all final thoughts. I got to hear meet my wife.
Oh, all right, let me sign off real quick. Thank you for letting me come up. I had a good time today. I'll be on the night 2 cents after dark, 10:30 p.m. Y'all come over there and join me. And appreciate you for letting me come up. I'm gonna drop my link in the chat if you're not already subscribed, so you can subscribe to the channel. Miss Truth, it was nice meeting you today. Hopefully you get a chance to stop by the live tonight. All right, Ty, I'm gonna see you later.
All right, babe.
You wanna give your final thought, Miss Truth?
Miss Truth. Hello.
Well, baby mama two, you give your final thoughts. Well, now you gotta be my
Wow,
third
that
one.
was
I already got two baby
disrespectful.
mamas. Baby mama number 3.
Um, that is wild. So
What?
the
Wait, hold on.
assassination.
I'm back. Oh, I missed a
Okay.
whole
Go
lot.
ahead.
Go ahead,
Give
Ty.
your
I'm
final
sorry.
thoughts. No, go ahead. Give your final thoughts, Truth. We about to close out.
Oh no, I was saying, dang, I meant to catch Rush Coffee before she left. I was gonna say it was nice to meet her, and I do feel like she won
Sub to
against.
her
It was a
channel
while
is right
back, but
there,
anyway,
Miss
I feel
Truth.
like she won. But
Hey,
anyway,
sub to her channel, Miss Miss Truth is right there. It's in the chat. Her channel. Did she hear me?
I don't know. You have bad connection, love.
you
Miss
hear
Truth,
me?
can you hear us?
Yes, I
We
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you now.
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
So I'm going to subscribe. I'm looking at the chat now. So I just subscribed to 2 cents. No, so yeah, I've enjoyed the panel, and I just it was great dialogue, and I think I guess we really didn't have a disagreement, Ty and I. It seems like we both have we're on the same page. I was just trying to encourage Brian Norman to just continue doing what he's doing, regardless of what who is for him or against him or whatever his dad got going on in these streets, because he be on his own type of time, seem like. But anyway, y'all have a great evening.
You have a blessed one
You
as well,
too.
buddy.
All right, take care.
And what you say, Ty? When I said baby mama number
That is
3.
wildly disrespectful. The
Well, I have a wife,
audacity.
and then I had the baby mama that tried to mess up my family.
How about just the homie? I mean, why we got to do all of that? Jesus Christ. No, but respectfully, Brian Norman Sr. He needs to get his head out of his ass. And if you don't want people comparing your son to Boots, then how about you stop comparing your son to Boots? Because that just exacerbates the offer that you got and you declined. So, and you really don't have that big of a name for you to be turning down 1.7 million. And I get it, you think your son walks on water, but let's be realistic, you're only worth what somebody is willing to pay. And in this instance, you got 150,000 versus the 1.7. So it's hard to understand how you wouldn't know how people paying if your son is a duck. But again, people that don't live in reality, tend to not be familiar with the truth. And don't ever talk to KQ like that again, punk. But that's all I got. Have
And
a good night.
I second, because me and Miss Ty are like thunder and lightning, and you add in Key Alexandra and it's wind. We got thunder, lightning, and wind. We coming in with that shit. We getting in with that shit. And shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Angie Wise Fool, in the cash out with the $25 holler. Appreciate you, queen. She says she always watching the channel still. She's also in the Discord. But yeah, like shit, like nigga, we come to get it. Over here, we not motherfucking goddamn bullshitting. Miss Truth, if you want, you could join the Discord and get up with some strong queens. And if you get up with these strong queens over here, you ain't got to worry about the machine. Because they're going to keep you away from that machine, if you feel me. But yeah, shout out to the queens. We in this motherfucker, the kings. And this is anger management over here, my nigga. Ain't no sheep over here, my nigga. You bitch ass Brian Norman Sr., my nigga. Like, yeah, all that damn motherfucking bullshit. You can pass that shit, nigga. Like Stockton. And World Comeback Sports. Richie Burns. Nigga, please. Like, please. Like, that shit right there. I'm still trying to figure out why I don't see Ashley over in that motherfucking Discord, but Ashley don't love me like that no more. I be sitting there like, how the hell Ashley act like she don't love me no more? But hey,
It is what it is. I only catch Ashley when I can. You know, she know I be wanting to be. Everybody know I be wanting to be on my Pimp Magic Don Juan type shit, but they won't let me be. They won't let me get down for the get down, but it's all good. Especially my wife. My wife really won't let me get down, but you know, peace and bless to everybody. 2 cents after dark coming through. Brian Norman, bring your punk ass over there. I knew you weren't gonna hop up on this panel, and I left the link up there for you. Hey, she at the gym today, Miss Ty, so I can talk my shit. She at the gym today. I just hope she don't watch the after show. I'll delete this bitch. But peace and blessings to everybody. Shout out to the beautiful Miss Joette. Shout out to Big Block 2 Cent, LaMarcus Robinson in the building. The beautiful Miss Ty Drake. Somebody dropped the link for Miss Truth so she can make it to the Discord. Hey, 2 Cent, don't wish that. Nah, 2 Cent, if she was listening, I would have been got that phone call. I would have been got that motherfucking phone call. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Altruistic, in the building. Salute. Nah, she would have called and knocked me off this bitch if she was listening. I already know. So I know I'm good right now. But peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all. Somebody drop the link to the Discord. Can somebody drop the link to this? Is GM not here? Can somebody drop the link to the Discord so Miss Truth can come over there so she can get the truth? We trying to give truth the truth, people. Can we give truth the truth? You feel me? You figure deal me? Uh-oh, Ashley about to say something too. Oh, shit now. Check my phone. Okay, hold on. All right, peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all. I think I just got my cue. And blessings, I'm out.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get the strike. And guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hit us, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, keep the drilling and spilling. Stay on point, 6-2 gon' split 'em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got 'em all